Hey, good news, kiddies. I'm back. I'm back, but I gotta get that leaderboard up. I forgot about that part. Right. Okay, and I gotta get it up on my phone. We're having trouble getting it up. There's that humor that you love. All three of you that give a shit about what I have to say. Come on. Little phone. They're doing the national anthem and the prayer right now. Boy, I sure wish my phone would pop up. Testicles 1, 2. Yeah, it's working. OBS says so. Okay, I'm fucking thirsty. I'll be right back. God bless America. Whatever they're singing. It's the Star Spangled Banner, asshole. But my phone does not want to show me anything, so I'm just going to have to use my computer for a second. Hey, go to YouTube. No connection. Thanks, T-Mobile. Okay, now it's working. There we go. Right on. Picks to win, I have no idea. So I'm not even going to bother making an official pick. So I don't have to worry about where anybody's running. Ooh. I hate having to use the NBC app, but I'm not going to watch in standard definition on my cable, so... NBC app it is. Garrett Smithley has to do a pass-through pre-race. Brennan Poole, Joey Gase, Daniel Suarez, Garrett Smithley. Pre-race inspection failures. Competition caution, lap 25. 311 laps. I don't know why they had to go with 311. Why can't they just do a solid 300 and 300 tomorrow? So, not sure I understand that, but alright. 311 laps. Seriously, that's a shitty lap number for a race. I mean, it's bugging me. Why not 310? Why not 312? 311? Wasn't that a band, 311? Well, shit. One moment. Oh, God damn it. Stupid. I pressed the power button on my PlayStation controller and it brought the PlayStation menu up in front of my NBC app. So, Elliott, Hamlin, Truex, Boyer, Logano, Johnson, Keselowski, Byron, Busch, Kurt Busch, Harvick, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher. I love seeing all these different names up near the top of the leaderboard to start the race. I love the new way they're going to line up and race every week now. Combination of like fastest lap from the previous week, finishing position from previous week, and points position, I guess. Something like that, I don't know. But it's good to see that like Jimmy Johnson and William Byron and Chris Buescher are starting in the top dozen. And the winner from last week is going to be on the front row. So that's cool. Ooh, I gotta stretch my legs. Been sitting down way too long. I watched that Gotham Knights trailer between streams. Uh-oh, they're showing a Jimmy Johnson highlight package. We gotta pay attention. Respect this man.
has never really left Jimmy Johnson's wheelhouse. He's always the guy to beat there.
Well, I would die a happy man to see Jimmy Johnson win today. Watch William Byron win. Wouldn't that be some shit?
NASCAR Cup Series striding to 311 on riding doubleheader weekend, doing from Dover International Speedway. And of course,
good to show on the road. We got it. 4 o'clock.
The place where you have been the most dominant. We're talking, of course, about the 48 and Jimmy Johnson. For more, go to Parker Clicker.
You are right, Rick. The confidence this race team is very high coming into Dover off a strong run the Daytona Road Course, getting the top 5. With their 25 points out of the playoffs, you might think they want to race for points, but crew chief Cliff Daniels told me, unless we're off, we race to win.
Can they get Jimmy a white fire suit to go with his white car? Because we're in a black fire suit. That's got to be just brutal. But hey, look, they got the side windows out of the cars this week. Hey, Jeff. Hey, dude.
Is back at home, back in
Jeff is this Pokemon. No. That may be later. If I stream it all after this race, I'm going to be pretty wore out. So Austin Dillon's back, and the side windows are out of the cars. Competition cost at lap 25. Is that all you need to know?
Chase Elliott solved a slump issue last week by winning at the road course at Daytona.
Really like to see Jimmy Johnson win. And I love, ooh, that Mountain Dew car's nice. Looks like a Minecraft Mountain Dew car. Maybe that's what it is. Why is Chase Elliott's car painted like a creeper? Chase Elliott in the Creeper Chevrolet.
Thanks, Dave. A lot of courses were learned right there from Dave Burns. Now time for the command.
Is that Rick Allen throwing shade at Dave Burns?
Star of The Sleepover, which is available now on Netflix.
What?
Actress Malin Ackerman gives the command.
You hear that? It's Malin Ackerman.
Hello, NASCAR fans. Malin Ackerman here. And I have a new film called The Sleepover. It's a family adventure.
I hate this phony bullshit. Mute. I can't stand it. I just cringe. Hello, NASCAR fans. I don't give a fuck about your race, but I'm here to promote my movie. Now, start your cars. Hey, Lori. Welcome back.
The engines have come to life, and now to take on the monster.
Like I said, I was thirsty and didn't even get a drink. I'll be right back. Enjoy the awkward silence. Okay. Well, the good news is the PS2 game I bought on eBay came in and it works. Not a scratch on the disc. Not like that fucking Guitar Hero 2 shit I bought. Had to get my money back for. I don't know why this particular game was so hard to find at a reasonable price. But I got it now. My friend Summer gives me hers, I'll turn around and sell it for like $30 and get my money back. We'll make $10 off of this. She's giving away all her PS2 shit. I just never see her. And so you still want Guitar Hero Metallica? Yeah, I do. I'll just go sell it. Everywhere I look online, that game's expensive as shit. Oh boy, I gotta turn around and do this shit again tomorrow. God, is it football season yet? Like I said, guys, fair warning, during football season, we might have to go back to the blue screen instead of the leaderboard for most of the races in the playoffs because I gotta use my computer to watch either football or the race, and I can't show either on stream, so we might just have to stream off the PlayStation like we did before. But that's when football's on. No big deal. Alright, let's get this going. 311 laps. Don't know why it had to be 311. Harvick and Hamlin. Harvick and Hamlin. Harvick and Hamlin. Harvick and Hamlin.
To be a championship driver, you have to have confidence.
Hey, what's a championship? Denny Hamlin wouldn't know about that.
I enjoy the process of being good at something.
They have done it again here. Great season continues for Kenny Hamlin. Nobody's been able to touch the closer. Kevin Harvick.
Boy, that Atlanta race sucked. They just showed the end of the Atlanta race. Boy, that Pocono race sucked.
I love to see the emotion that comes from a group of people that have been in battle together and beat everybody else.
Ooh, what the fuck is that cramp?
We're having a fantastic year. I just feel like I'm in my wheelhouse right now.
You know, everybody is very satisfied with the things that we're doing and the accomplishments that we have.
The two most dominant drivers of the 2020 campaign.
They have been dominant. Let's take a look at the starting grid for today's Cup Series race brought to you by Dry-D. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin will make up the front row again.
Here's to 750 horsepower and low downforce today. Woo!
Points as well as the fastest lap from last week. Let's hear from rows 6 through 10.
Alex Bowman, Tucson, Arizona. Chris Buescher, Prosper, Texas.
There's Busher, I get in the way.
Eric Jones, Byron, Michigan.
Eric Jones, I'm out of a job.
Matt DiBenedetto.
Matt DiBenedetto, Austin Cindric's going to take my job. Michael McDowell, I'm a cunt. Tyler Reddick, I'm too good for RCR. Eric Almirola, I look like Ryan Reynolds. Christopher Bell, and I stole Eric Jones' ride. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and I'm going to kill everybody next week. Ryan Blaney, I got bad luck.
Let's dial up the driver of the 24, William Byron, on the radio now.
Oh, I'll go through the rest of the field, see what I can come up with.
Junior, you got yours on.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, buddy. How you like Dover, and what are the challenges for this racetrack?
Really just
Byron's got that secret weapon. He's got Chad Canals.
for this place. So just trying to understand how the track changes as the race goes on.
Alrighty, we'll be here. We're not going anywhere.
Great race today. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, man.
Low downforce, high horsepower, no side window.
No qualifying, so this is the first time they're on
Yay.
the track. This is how they will check to find out what pit road speed is. So they will be setting their tacks as they work their way on.
NASCAR finally decided cooking these guys is not a good idea
Right along with a few different drivers.
during these summertime races.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick riding down pit road with the Ford Performance Cam. We'll have a great shot all day from Kevin's car. Kurt Busch, another great shot. Monster Energy Cam.
Jimmy Johnson has the Chevrolet cam. Also, in the interior of that car, passenger high reverse. You can see Jimmy really
Jimmy, the Juggernaut Johnson.
Martrix Jr. has the Toyota cam. He also has that same camera from the interior of the car, so you can see the driver working at this tough racetrack. There it is.
All right, Junior mentioned tough racetrack. Steve, break down the race for us.
Well, it's tough, and it's very unique. 1 mile high bank concrete surface, Dover International Speedway. The Monster Mile, as I mentioned.
There's Wally Dallin back to say Dover Motor Speedway. I'm Ryan Blaney and I'm pretty. That's what I should have said.
That's what gets most of the conversation, but Rick, the straightaways at 9 degrees of banking are absolutely.
I like that. I'm Ricky Stenhouse. I'm going to kill everybody next week. Ooh, I love their little graphic.
But a shorter race today, only 311 laps.
Stage one's only 70 laps.
Stage 1, 115 laps on that middle stage. The final stage, 126 laps. So we're going to have to see a pit stop in both the second
green
and the
next
third
time.
stage because the fuel windows.
All right, want to get a few updates before the green flag flies. Let's start with Parker.
Rick, Martin Truex Jr. is starting third, and that has been a finishing position for him that's been quite prevalent as of late. He's finished third the last 5 races in a row. That's a
Fuck, I'm tired.
1 million chance of pulling that off. And I asked his crew chief James Small about
Really, though, when's football?
No. We're disappointed.
I'm ready for some football.
A lot of those races.
I watched Hard Knocks the other night and got really hopped.
Consistency has been key for Brad Keselowski this year. Has a career-high 16 top 10s through 23 races. That's all well and good, but leaves more to be desired. Crew Chief Jeremy Bolins is pleased but not satisfied. They want their 4th win of the year this weekend in Dover. Dave?
Denny Hamlin's already had 5 wins this year. When I checked in with crew chief Chris Gabehart this morning, he said, having 2 double headers
in the last 3 weeks, this one might be a little tamer than Michigan. I said, in what way? It's the monster. He goes, well, the restarts, they won't be bump crafting as hard like they were at Michigan. To me, and Chris and I laughed about it, that remains to be seen. Every restart should be exciting today, as is most every lap at the Monster Mile, Rick.
Yeah, we're looking forward to not only restarts.
Denny, you're too close to a creeper. It's going to blow up on you.
What will happen? And take a look at this. Our buddy, Mike Bagley, the bag man, is going to throw the
Oh, it's Bagley.
Restarter for today's race.
Let's say that better not be Dave Moody up there. Throw his ass off into traffic.
To be a part of our team, so
Stupid fuck.
He's an experienced flag man.
Let's see this forward.
He's like, all right, are we going to be on time?
Hat on backwards. He knows he's going to want to lose his watch.
Yep. We love the bag man, and great honor for him to be able to throw the green flag for this first race.
What is it? Checker flags, black flags, that's what they give Monday morning on the morning drive. Well, focus your folks, because this could be your black flag moment. You know?
Yeah, don't drop it. Don't drop it.
Easy. Okay, they're green. That's a damn good wave, back man. That was a great wave. Damn, Chase Elliott shot out of a cannon. Chase Elliott has a half a second lead going into turn one. Jesus Christ. Thank God Elliott got so. You sure they might not penalize his ass? Because he got a massive jump. He's gone. But that's what I like to see.
Sorting it out back here, Wave Iron a little bit.
Oh, Keselowski, hold on to it, bro.
Keselowski had to catch it as well.
I think that's something we can expect, guys. Remember,
We saw that in the Xfinity race, too, the same thing. It's going to be to the extreme in this race, I would imagine.
near the grid they had last year. A big adjustment for these drivers. What a great.
And Chase Elliott is in another zip code. And now we're going to replay a wreck that didn't happen that we saw when it was going to happen. We saw that live.
Go up there and take that guy with you. That's a big moment. You can hear the 4-car, Kevin Hart lifting off the gas, allowing Brad time to control it. Think about
So who's Joe Logano going to run over this week and blame it on the guy he ran over like he did last week? Him and fucking TJ Majors.
Easily been taken out right there early in the race.
Well, I don't like the way Jimmy Johnson's car looks already.
Jimmy Johnson.
God, Johnson's 25 points behind Byron. There they are running next to each other.
William Byron, we mentioned the bubble battle. Those two right now are 12, or excuse me, 16,
Well, now Johnson's 22 out.
How does he race his teammate? Jimmy's really good here, we know that, but Jimmy's the veteran on his way out. Williams, the young guy on his way in, trying to make a name for himself.
Chase Elliott's got a second and a half lead. This could be a long
I
day.
think that is a little bit of an advantage to Jimmy Johnson. He loves to drive.
Yeah, the way Chase looked on that initial start, looks like he has got about 50 more horsepower than everybody else.
So with this low downforce, it's a little bit easier to make that happen than it would have been with the high downforce.
It's less downforce, and oh, by the way, full power, 750.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson's sixth.
Think about Jimmy Johnson.
I got worried, but Joe Logano passed him so easily. But he's 6 now. He's perfectly fine.
He's crew chief of the guy out the rear bumper of Jimmy Johnson. Jack, and now it's the crew chief for William Byron. So it's such a great combination. Jimmy the driver and Chad the crew chief have been split up and now both battling for that final playoff spot. Parker.
Well, Rick, you know, when you look at Jimmy Johnson trying to hold on to TV, that William Byron, I was talking to his crew chief, Chris Daniels, and he said how this race was really, you know, going back and looking at the old trends, you know, right in 2018 when they last had his package, but all the way back to 2014 to identify the things that Jimmy wants inside that race car, because a lot of these teams, with this change in downforce,
Yeah, Kurt Busch. Wow.
Car spinning around on the back straightaway.
My stream's behind.
That's Kurt Busch. They got into the wall, and you see all the damage
Man.
to the left front.
No spoilers, Brian. No, I'm kidding.
That's going to be a day ender, I think, for Kurt.
I looked down and saw where you said Kurt crashed, looked back up, and there he went. Well, that's on lap 8.
Think about that too, guys. He's going to learn nothing. All these other drivers he's competing against are going to learn so much more.
How the hell did that happen?
He's done for the day.
Let's take a look right here. We have the 20 underneath him, the 1 up the banking in the second lane. Is there contact?
Yeah, Eric Jones put him out.
From the 20 car. It looked like the 1 might have gotten out of the gas just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
And here's that straightaway we talked about in the race breakdown.
I don't think
Oh,
Jones.
there's
Oh, and
huge damage.
Jones got his left rear tore off.
From, I think, I'm guessing the 88.
Alex Bowman, when he went by Jones, tore the left rear quarter panel off.
Yeah, the 88.
So So the 88's got bad damage too. God, these Cup cars shred apart like they're in a can opener.
The right front corner of the 88 is destroyed.
They're not like those Xfinity cars. Well, the 1's fucked, the 20's fucked, and the 88's fucked.
That's the one you were talking about. I think he's on pit road. Look at the quarter panel. Yeah.
Well, that's 3 cars. Their day's ruined.
Right in front of the 88. It's the monster. We are not making up how difficult this track is.
Well, I'd be willing to bet Eric Jones is not going to be in the playoffs this year.
Shortest race we've had here in forever. The intensity is right off the bat. It started right now. Only 311 laps.
I like the 88's paint scheme. I hadn't seen that till just now.
Eric Jones didn't give him a lot of room there, and that contact early on now has Eric Jones seeing this on his upper quarter panel, and as well as the 88 of Alex Bowman has damage to his right front quarter panel.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that audio again. The one car through that corner, if he was out of the throttle just a little bit, because it looked like.
Let's ask TJ Majors to go find the data and see how it's Kurt Busch's fault that he got run over, right?
Traction off the corner.
Fuck you, TJ, and fuck you, Joey.
Really try to get the air off.
Yeah, check the data. I'm sure it's Kurt Busch's fault if we're going by Joey Logano and TJ Majors' logic.
So early on, the monster has already attacked.
Well, that was unnecessary, but those kinds of things are going to happen. That's okay. That wouldn't have happened last year because with that giant fucking spoiler, they wouldn't be able to get within 3 car lengths of each other. So this is just a side effect of the low downforce, high horsepower. And I can't get anything to load on my phone. Fuck it, I'm using the Wi-Fi. I don't give a shit. God. Not used to seeing Kurt Busch get tore up that early in the race. Coverage will resume short. They're not even showing a commercial on the NBC app. Well, that's a blessing. Well, I saw the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen on social media. It was somebody demanding a cut of the Suicide Squad with more Jared Leto Joker. No, thank you. No, thank you. You're playing F1 while listening to this? Treat me like I'm Ken Squire on the radio. Here's an onboard shot of Kurt Busch as he gets run over, but I'm sure it was all his fault if we ask Joey Logano and TJ Majors. He did lift out of the gas a little bit, but still, come on, he got run over. Son of a bitch, 8 laps in. Anybody hit the box?
Watch these guys use this choose rule. You see that little...
Junior had to find the syllables there. Choose, rule, restart.
They're lining up for the restart here. Oops. Again, there is a competition caution at lap 25. 10 laps already in. This is
Elliott didn't get the fucking 2-mile lead that he had the first initial start. Sorry, had a Dale Jr. moment. Well, actually, goddamn, he's gone again. Good grief, Chase. Boy, I hope they brought their best because that 9 car is pretty fast. I know clean air means a lot, but damn, just the launch he gets.
But why is he getting such a great launch? It's because the inside line has to anticipate his launch, and literally, when you try to go to the gas, as Denny Hamlin does, it just spins the tires. You can't get any traction, you can't get going. The leader just drives away.
Kevin Harvick, biggest driver right now at 20, 20.
Guys, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that this stream is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
48 car now.
Not really.
Position in front of him. That's important.
Instead of the race, let's talk about Raid Shadow Legends.
Allow Jimmy to point his way into this.
Oh no, we're sponsored by Manscaped, aren't we? No, we're not that cool.
It's tough though, man, when you're battling your teammates. You want to be able to lean on your teammates, use them, have them help you throughout the year, not race against them, not battle them for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a nightmare scenario for Rick Hendrick. His two cars are fighting each other for a playoff spot, but Byron definitely has the advantage, but who knows what will happen at Daytona next week.
Get back to victory lane. My fans want to see me there. I want to be there. This team deserves to be there.
Why are you leaving then, Jimmy?
Going to victory lane is such a great feeling. He wants that.
Why are you leaving?
He wants to feel it one more time. For a guy that's won 7 championships, I would argue that going into the playoffs without a win, while he does have a chance to win a championship, he can't feel very good about his chances. Going up against the lights.
Jimmy Johnson has no chance at this championship. Steve Letarte needs to stop lying.
Back down there at 14.
He is just to worry about winning one race and call it a year. Call that a success.
He's looking on the outside, trying to see if there's grip there. Typically that grip on the outside.
Well, because Kyle Busch had such a shitty weekend last week, he started way out back,
This early in the race and this early in the run.
passing Matt DiBenedetto on the outside
Pretty
there.
impressive. Normally it takes a little bit of rubber getting built into that outside line, but think work. Think about it. You know, we're running this doubleheader, but we also have the Xfinity race right before this. So this track
And we got an Xfinity race before the one tomorrow, too.
That outer groove, that third groove, worked in from the Xfinity cars, so you can go right up there probably a lot sooner than you typically would on any given Sunday. You see the 21 with Matty D there getting passed by both the 10 and the 47. Now he's going to have to play some defense on, I think that's the 34.
Yep.
Behind him. The 21, we talked so much about Jimmy Johnson, William Byron, because they are on that bubble line. Well,
William Byron, 28 points ahead of Jimmy Johnson right now on the cut line.
30 Daytona next week. You get a different winner this week, or no one wants to be 16th. Why 16th is better than 17th with Daytona coming? I mean, truthfully, anyone can win when you go to Super Speedway.
We have a very low standard here on my streams, which is why we spent the last 4 months staring at a blue screen, and we're going to have to do it again during the playoffs because I got to watch football while I'm watching NASCAR. So I need the laptop for football and the TV for the race, but I got to stream at the same time. So we'll be back on the blue screen in a few weeks. Get ready.
And Rick, what a cool conversation we had with Matt this week about the
About a month from now, we'll be back on the blue screen.
He was on the way to his
So enjoy this leaderboard.
with his wife Taylor. As you see this battle up front.
We are 4 laps from the competition caution.
He's on his way to the gym, and we asked him about it.
Jesus.
Taylor could hear the conversation.
Thought I slept good.
And he looked over at her, showing us her on the phone, and she said, "I'm tearing up now, just thinking about it. Matt DiBenedetto's come a long way, and hopes to make the playoff. It would be very emotional."
Yeah, it's been a great journey for Matt DiBenedetto and, of course, his wife.
Harvick gets by Truex there for 5th.
To see if Matt could fulfill the dreams that he's had. And sure enough, running for Wood Brothers, sitting in a position where he could potentially make the playoffs. Yeah, Taylor got emotional, and it's acceptable. I mean, it's something that you would almost expect because of the journey that they've been on.
You know, the spouses live it with you. No question, right there with you all.
Welcome back.
And this 19
You haven't missed much.
right here, trying to get a hold of the track. Dave,
Truex not doing so hot right now. Started 3rd, dropped to 6th. Eric Jones got that parachute fixed on the left side of his car.
Now, just think what's at stake for him. He's just been told that he's not coming back to JGR. Talked to his critique, Chris Gale, this morning. He said, we're just trying to find our way back. Last year, we had a total of 12 finishes of worse than 20th in the whole year. This year, we've almost equaled that in only 22 races. We're fast. We're
I need money, Jeff.
Another down start to the day here for Jones.
a down start. When I look at that damage, Jeff, my big concern for the 20 is can they get fuel in that race car? Anytime I see damage on the left rear quarter panel, maybe not a big aerodynamic disadvantage, but
Jimmy Johnson's dropped to 8th. We're going to get a caution here in a lap.
He was telling me that there was some opportunities ahead of him.
Harvick really fast right now. That's nothing new. He's blowing by Joe Logano going off down the backstretch. To move Harvick up to 4th.
We saw as they were working their way.
Oh, Johnson. Well, not Johnson. Harvick and Hamlin are really fast. Elliott's fast. That's obvious.
Announced this week that Corey LaJoie wouldn't be back with Go Fast Racing in 2021, so now all of a sudden he becomes a free.
And there's the competition caution.
Caution. That's for the competition caution. We were expecting that at lap 25.
Chase Elliott's led every lap. Kurt Busch has got wrecked out by Eric Jones. Implications for Eric Jones. He had damage on the left rear. That's all I got for you so far. Hey, Kyle Busch is 12th. Look at Kyle. He's tried so hard.
He has supreme confidence in himself. He believes if he's given the chance, he can show that to the world.
You got to be pretty confident to have your face on that hood of the car. He's done that a couple times, right?
Hey, I've not seen a reason not to give Corey LaJoie a shot.
Well, yeah, Corey LaJoie is leaving Go Fast Racing at the end of the year. He must have a good opportunity somewhere else, but then again, I'd get the fuck away from that team as fast as possible. Don't want to waste your career driving for a team like that.
That tells me he's doing a good job, Junior. Yeah, I think the one thing is he's took a page out of Max.
If their standard for what they'll put on the car is the same standard they have for what car they put on the track, well, then Corey's going to be better off moving on.
Also, I want to shout out his car owner too. Archie saying
Everybody's pitting. I'm surprised.
And he appreciates his drivers getting an opportunity like Corey maybe getting partner.
That makes sense, though, Pit.
Really like the opportunity inside that Ford car. Now driving from 9th up to 4th, just a little loose on entry. It's going to be 4 Goodyear tires and air pressure adjustment from Kevin Harvick, Dylan.
In the center of your screen, William Byron pits from the 7th spot, reporting he's just a little bit
12.8 second stop for Harvick.
4 tires and fuel. Doesn't look like any chassis adjustments for now. Just 4 tires and fuel for Byron, Dave.
Leader Chase Elliott will take 4 Goodyear tires and some fuel and a chassis adjustment. He says if I try to push through.
Well, this race off Joe Logano, 2 tires to the lead. Ryan Blaney, 2 tires to second. Eric Almirola, 2 tires to third. Elliott comes out 5th. Hamlin's 4th on 4 tires. So we got 3 cars on 2 tires. Logano, Blaney, Almirola. So put Dickhead up to the lead. Actually, I can't remember if Logano's dipshit or dickhead. But either one will work just fine, let's be honest. He kind of is both. When I say dickhead or dipshit, just assume I'm talking about Joey Logano. Fuck, I'm tired. I feel just like I did when I didn't stream the truck race yesterday. I was like, oh, I feel better today. I feel the same today. But I'm going to stream the cup race, trust me. Kurt Busch only had one finish outside the top 25 all year, and that was the Daytona 500. Wow. Yo, when is fucking Gotham Knights coming out on PS5 next year? They didn't give a release date today. Oh well. The joy of the 37. Well, maybe. I could see Corey in the 37 because I don't think they're going to bring Priest back after this year. The whole Ryan Priest thing's not working out. It's not all his fault, but he hasn't done a good job. And God, that team's just snake bitten. They got to make a lot of changes. Yeah, good call. LaJoy to the 37. I like that. That could happen.
Available at Lowe's.
LaJoy to the 48. No, I'm kidding. Hell, maybe. Who knows? Who knows if the 48's even going to exist next year? So here's the deal. Logano, Blaney, and Almirola took 2 tires, but looks like Austin Dillon, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, and Chris Buescher stayed out. And Chris Purcell stayed out.
111 laps and mistakes will be magnified. Well, we saw Kurt Busch's mistake, or or accident. Well,
This
here's
running
another
order's
visual
all
pit
upside
road
down.
before Kevin Harvick comes to pit road. Watch that rear tire changer. The jack gets dropped instantly. The hand goes up. Nope.
Ooh, Harvick had to come back down pit road. All that juicy track position.
Right, and that
I'm
is
sure he'll get it
Chris
back.
McMullen for
He'll be
Caleb Smith,
fine.
Who actually got an infection from a suspected spider bite, so he was staying at home.
He got bit by Corona.
Who's been so strong all year with that change.
Ah.
You're gonna have to rally back for that one, Steve.
And the 4-car, 55 to 50% of the teams in the Cup Series are doing double duty. They're doing Xfinity cars that ran earlier today. The 4 teams, one of those teams that is not. So they have no reps this morning in the Xfinity race, where a lot of these teams on pit road have already pitted cars today.
Now you look at the numbers, right? When you look at their average for the season, Kevin Harvick.
And the top 4 crews are Harvick, Kyle Busch, Elliott, and Truex. Say Austin Dillon is the leader. He picks the outside. Matt Kenseth second. Ryan Newman third. So the top 5 cars stayed out. Joe Logano, Ryan Blaney, Almirola on 2 tires. The first car on 4 is Hamlin in 9th, and Elliott in 10th. I like it. I said I was surprised when I saw everybody pit, but 5 cars stayed out, and 3 took 2 tires. The short stage, we're going to restart with 39 to go in stage 1 here.
Top 5 guys here all lining up. They stayed out. And then behind them, next 3 did only 2 tires. So the first guy on 4 tires is the 11 car, Denny Hamlin.
Boy, at the end of the race, this would have won Austin Dillon another race. With that many cars staying out in front of the leaders.
Race for a few laps. More to go in this stage.
A 3 on the outside. Austin Dillon again back from
Hamlin and Elliott on 4 tires are on the outside line a few rows back.
COVID-19. And the field approach.
Dillon, Kenseth, Buescher, Newman, Bell, Logano. Those are names you're not used to hearing. I think Matt Kenseth might take the lead here. Kenseth got a great restart, but Dillon's got the preferred line. Ooh, Kenseth's car's pushing. Yeah, Austin Dillon to the lead. I thought Kenseth had a shot at him when he got that good restart.
Big momentum from that 11 car.
Chase Elliott did not get going at all. Hamlin's already passed Ryan Blaney. Now Elliott at 3 wide, perhaps, outside of Blaney with Boyer on the bottom. Yeah, Blaney did not fire off well at all, and it hurt Chase Elliott big time. Boy, Hamlin's making great ground. Starting to think Jimmy Johnson should have took like 2 tires or something. Whoa, Elliott and Boyer about hooked together. Jesus. Hope Chase doesn't have a tire rub. Fuck. Car high, Clint. Somebody tell Brett Griffin's stupid ass up there to pay attention. I don't see any damage. Car high, Clint. Fucking idiot. I can't blame him. Brett Griffin's a bad spotter. Denny Hamlin is in 5th on 4 fresh tires already. So this has totally killed Chase Elliott here, but it's working out great for Hamlin. Really, it's working out great for Austin Dillon. He's got a 2.5 lead right now. 35 to go in stage 1.
Trying to chase down Joey Logano. Joey moving forward as well in this restart.
So, strategy call by Austin Dillon. No tires. Continues to lead. The 42 of Kenseth in second. Buescher in third. Talk so much about Jimmy Johnson's experience here at
Austin Dillon only had to miss 1 race, just like Jimmy.
Wondering to see how he was going to end up on this lower downforce package.
Jimmy was asymptomatic. I'm starting to think he had a false positive. There was a guy on Hard Knocks the other night, the NFL show, who tested positive, and they sent him home, and then it turns out, it was a false positive, and he got to come back to work by the end of the week. I don't know about Austin Dillon. I didn't hear if he was showing symptoms or not, but Jimmy Johnson apparently was asymptomatic.
Coming here where he has so much confidence and
Who
so
fucking
much
knows?
experience, I think it's a place where he can excel.
I'm getting tired of this virus bullshit.
And Chase radio right after that. Yes, it is rubbing the crew talking back
God,
and forth.
Elliott and Kyle Busch's cars from a distance look almost identical, except Chase has black numbers. Kyle has white numbers.
After taking on 4 tires where there were a number of cars that played strategy and won the race off a good road.
Yeah, dude, you don't feel that rub. You smell that rub. You smell rubber. You just get a little hint of a smell.
It ain't rubbing too bad.
You can't see it.
I don't see
You
smoke.
can smell it. And that makes you really nervous.
Joe Logano working on Busher for third, but he's getting pressured by Hamlin on those 4 fresh tires.
The tire letters rubbed off of it. You see it's kind of split that fender, knocked that fender in right around the 12 o'clock.
Well, the good news is the right side of the car is fine. I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Lap, and it is the 9 of Chase Elliott. Happened on the 3rd lap.
Fastest lap's important. It determines part of the starting lineup for next week.
Third fastest lap turn. And Austin Dillon right now is checking out on Matt
Austin
Kenseth.
Dillon, 3-second lead over Matt Kenseth. 30 to go in stage 1.
How RCR as a whole has just improved so much. A lot of places they haven't been great at in the past, like Dover, they're much better at this year. Justin Alexander, the crew chief for this 3-car Austin Dillon, he kind of hinted that that's part and due to the relationship amongst he and Randall Burnett, who's the crew chief for the other RCR car with Tyler Reddick. A smaller team, both of those guys work really well together, really closely together, allows them to make some changes on the fly.
Michael Kurt Busch got wrecked by Eric Jones. He's out of the race. Chase Elliott had the dominant car, but got fucked on strategy now. Austin Dillon's got a 3-second lead because he stayed out at the competition caution. That's all that's really important so far. Harvick had loose lug nuts, had to come back in. He's in the back now. Logano and Hamlin are racing hard. Although Hamlin got by him now. Hamlin's second. He's on 4 fresh tires, so he's got 28 laps before the end of the stage to run down Austin Dillon. I think he'll do it. I love when Joey and Denny get mad at each other.
When they hit you and don't pass you, right? When they hit you and pass you, that's what gets you fired up. It did me anyway. But that explains a lot too.
And right behind Logano, Clint Boyer, a guy who hasn't really had such a great season. I'm sure he's unhappy and want more. Having a great run today. Moved up into that 5th position, passing Chris Busher a few laps ago.
Looks good at this racetrack. 2 straight top 10s. Always seems to run well in Dover.
You just mentioned today, Chris Busher had that strategy falling back a little bit. He's now back in the 6th position. Luke Raver and Chris just trying to find a little bit to go their way. This year had a great run last week at the Daytona Road Course, finishing 5th. Well, this is the guy that has 0 stage points in 12 stages here at Dover. So this is not one of his favorite racetracks, but somehow
Chase's chances of winning took a slight hit because he got ran into by Clint Boyer. And he's got a left front tire rub, but it don't look bad. It's went away. But Chase has no track position now, and the guy he was racing for the lead earlier is all the way up in 2nd. Chase is not even in the top 12 anymore.
A lot of speed.
So that's frustrating. It's 14th.
Perfect formula, perfect recipe.
Really idiotic move by Clint Boyer or Brett Griffin or whoever was responsible for it. But I expect nothing less. Well, look at the data. They come back, I'll be curious to see how much ground Denny's made up on Austin Dillon. Oh, damn it. I think Dale got reincarnated. There's no way Austin Dillon's driving that 3 car right now. Ain't no way. You need Johnson to beat Amarola, Boyer to beat Byron. Well, you got a shot. Jimmy's one of the guys that took 4 tires in the last pit stop and got stuck in heavy traffic. Is this fucking commercial over yet? So I can watch the race. Oh god, it's a Raw commercial? Fuck that. Okay, now we're back. I ain't watching Raw.
Aero coverage brought to you by Geico. Again, during the break,
Denny Hamlin is hunting down Austin Dillon. He has not pulled away. He had a 3-second lead. Now it's down to like a second. 17 to go on the stage.
They had to come back onto pit road. Parker, it seems like they're rebounding nicely.
Rick, he is absolutely flying up 16 positions since the restart when he had that issue in pit road and had to go away to the back. And to think, you know, a year ago we were here and drivers said they couldn't pass the high downforce. We went to the low downforce. Put Kevin Harvick in the back of the pit.
Wow, it's as if low downforce is better or something. Fucking A, who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Keselowski also moved forward 13 spots. He's up into 3rd place. He's past his teammate Joey Logano.
Denny Hamlin's got the lead down to half a second behind Austin Dillon.
Look at that climb through the field. What a fast car for this too. And Denny Hamlin talked about Austin Dillon kind of checking out. Denny Hamlin's running down, only half a second behind him now. There he is. Good battle for the stage win. Denny Hamlin could use those stage points. One more stage point would be a big deal for him, but also for Austin Dillon. Austin's going to fight him hard for that 1 point.
Now, Austin has a win already, and because of the
Austin Dillon is a guaranteed first-round elimination in the playoffs.
wasn't able to race last week, but will have a waiver because of the situation. So even though he's not going to race in every race, with his win, he's still going to be in the playoffs.
238 race consecutive streak span for Austin Dillon. That had to be tough to say. So Denny's going to run this bottom, but he was running the high side, trying to get that run off the corner. He runs the bottom, rolls around the bottom, closes the gap. But when he gets up to behind his 3 car, he has to go where it is not. So he's going to go a little bit higher here, turn that car down, try to get back out of the bottom of the racetrack and make a gain right here all the way down next straightaway. You also wonder too. Yeah, Junior also wonder.
Boyer working on Logano for 4th.
Hey,
Hey, look at that. They're able to race side by side and battle for positions this year. It's as if low downforce is better. It's as if it's better or something. High horsepower, low downforce. It's like you get better racing out of it. I don't know, guys. I've only been watching 25 fucking years. What would I know?
Works a little bit better for him, I think, at turn 3 and 4. Seems to follow that high line all the way around 1 and 2. But right here, turn down a little bit. Austin's going to get hung up right here. Won't be able to turn. Let the wheel go.
Hamlin to the outside of Austin Dillon takes the lead easily. Although that lap car is kind of getting in Hamlin's way. He moved up.
Guys, it's 4 fresh tires.
Yep, Hamlin to the lead.
The old tires too, right? I mean, that has to come into play also.
Boy, that Hamlin restarted what, 9th or 10th?
Justin Alexander stay out. Great ball. Go track position, Dave.
10 laps to go in stage 1.
Still running second.
How good is this 11 team right now, Denny Hamlin? They just continue to pound away on this field. I asked Chris Gabehart about motivating this team right now.
Matt Kenseth's still in the top 10. He's 7th. Jimmy Johnson in the top 10. He's 9th. Where's William Byron running? That's very important. You got to keep track of where Johnson and Byron are. Byron is 17th right now, so he's not going to get any points here. Johnson's got 4 fresh tires. He can gain a few more spots here and get a couple more points, I think. He can get by Busher and Kenseth, I would assume. Let me see how close he is. Yeah, he's close enough. He'll get Busher and Kenseth, hopefully. Every point matters.
Logano is 4th, Keselowski 3rd, Austin Dillon now back to 2nd.
Driver I keep trying to find. Kyle Busch. He's all the way back to 16th.
Yeah, I was going to say, where the hell is Kyle Busch? He's 16th.
14 got through the corner really well there. Got off the corner. It's like Boyer right in the back of that 22.
Junior almost said patch of grass.
A little more grip there. You keep that left front super low.
Right now, Johnson is beating Almirola and Boyer is beating Byron. So right now, you're right on track. Wow, Johnson just passed Johnson, or Harvick just passed Johnson, Busher, and Kenseth in the same corner. I was going to say Johnson passed Johnson. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Right there. See how loose he was?
Harvick passed 3 cars in one corner. Johnson passes Busher, so move Johnson back up to 9th now because he lost it to Harvick.
He is already up to 7.
Oh, big tire.
Lots of 77 smoking.
77. Reed Sorensen slow on the racetrack. Smoke coming out the back.
6 to go in stage 1.
I don't see any damage to the body, so I think it's, if it is tire, it's because something in the suspension is broken. As much as he's slowing down, I wonder if it's not a driveline issue.
Just hold it up.
Now the 20 auto way.
God, Logano went wide there, racing with Boyer and Truex. 5 to go in stage 1. Jimmy Johnson passes Matt Kenseth for 8th.
Stage 1. Logano a little bit loose.
Jimmy will get 3 points that William Byron won't have.
These two battling for the 5th spot.
77's making it to pit road. That's good news.
Grabs it.
Joe Logano on 2 tires right here. Also, everybody else around he's on 4.
You think you're losing a good left rear tire, try and hold one. Take a look at that 22 as you see the 19 saw on the wheel. Kind of goes in the middle of the racetrack and whoa, just a big slide, guys, all the way up the racetrack, gathers it in. Wonder why he was up that high. It was a big correction. Big mistake. Oh, correction. How about Truex? He's corrected it as well.
This is exactly what the Xfinity race looked like. New tire compound, Goodyear brought. I talked to several team engineers, crew chiefs. They're all nervous with this tire about being loose getting into the corner.
2 laps to go in stage 1. Hamlin by 3 seconds on Austin Dillon.
That's what, hey Steve, if you're a crew chief, don't you love it when your driver it says, I'm a little loose, right at the beginning of the center, but not bad. I mean, that opens your door up to be able to do more things to your car.
It's great feedback as we see 1 lap to go in this stage, and I also love Chris Gabehart being honest. I think we're okay right now, perhaps the best car right now, but he has seen that improvement you just talked about in Kevin Harvick with positions. Rick, he sees
Last lap of the stage.
They're not battling right now. They will be
Old
later.
Denny's gonna take it.
His very experienced driver. Keep talking to me. Tell me what you need.
Austin Dillon's going to get 2nd out of this.
Grab his 6th stage win of 2020. He wins stage 1 of the first race of the doubleheader from the Monster Mile.
And Austin Dillon, with all that pit stop.
I'm pretty impressed that Austin Dillon, on them old-ass tires, still finished 2nd in the stage. Jimmy Johnson gets some points, and William Byron gets none. That's very important.
Junior, yes. Jimmy Johnson.
Grabs a few points here. William Byron not in that top 10.
And the gap now 6 points, separating the 24 and 48 at the bubble. So those points very important. Denny Hamlin worked his way all the way up to the front, stayed there and got the state.
Of course, Denny Hamlin won that first stage. It's not a championship. The only way those jokes are going to stop is if he wins a championship. I will be right back. I'm back. He'll get wrecked by Harvick in the championship and Harvick will win. Nah, Harvick wouldn't do something like that. See Talladega, fall of 2015. Harvick would never do anything like that. What are you talking about, bro? That's blasphemous. He should sue you. He should sue you for slander. Oh, wait, it was just top, so it's libel. Sorry, I learned that from Spider-Man. So if I stream later tonight, what the hell am I streaming? I doubt I stream later tonight. I don't know. The mood might strike me. If Denny is, so you're trying to tell me he's like cursed like Mark Martin? They're going to give him a 43-point penalty, or was it 27 points? I can't remember. That they gave Mark Martin that one year. Then he lost the championship by like 23 points. Right, pit road's open. Everybody's going to pit. Boy, them guys that stayed out and took 2 tires and all that, it worked out pretty well for most of them. And Jimmy Johnson got a few points. I'm keeping track of Jimmy. I like William Byron, but I'm kind of pulling for Jimmy. It's tough. I'm a Hendrick fan, and 2 of the cars are fighting for 1 playoff spot.
Over the course of that long run, remember they stayed out at the end of stage 1. 4 tires and fuel. They learned.
I'd be willing to bet everybody here takes 4. Because this stage is really long. This stage is over 100 laps. Hamlin keeps the lead. Look out. Thought there was going to be a collision coming off pit road. Hamlin, Truex, Boyer, Keselowski, Austin Dillon 5th. So Hamlin keeps the lead. They're working on that left front on Elliott's car. Thanks a lot, Brett Griffin and Clint Boyer. Whichever of them was responsible. Appreciate it. Paige, why were you hiding under my bed? My cat just came crawling out from under my bed. She must have been there for hours. Why are you hiding under the bed? Meow. Leave them papers alone. Quit. Look at that. Stupid cats always have to mess with everything. Man, I think Stenhouse is going to win Daytona somehow. Somehow, some way, Stenhouse will win Daytona. Boy, it'd be great if like Byron and Johnson won this week and Stenhouse won next week. I'd really fuck the playoffs up in the ass, wouldn't it? That would really screw up a lot of things. But it looks like it's going to be the Denny Hamlin show, especially now that Elliott got screwed by Boyer. So Elliott's going to spend all day trying to get that track position back. I think Elliott's better than Hamlin when he's got clean air. And more importantly, just a smidgen of track position. I think Denny's better in traffic, as you saw how fast Hamlin got through those 8 cars that were in front of him. Matt Kenseth too fast on pit road. That sucks because he was actually doing well. Drivers were saying before the end of that stage there was oil on the track, probably from the 77. NASCAR obviously decided to not listen. NASCAR's good at not listening. Help, there's oil everywhere. What? What'd you say? Not going green yet. I guess they're sweeping up that oil out there.
Top 10 that finish go from 10 points for winning all the way down to 1 for finishing in the 10th position. And we mentioned how important points are. Well, Jimmy Johnson is in the top 10, gaining points. He was on the outside, running in the 17th position overall points-wise. And so he has gained some points on William Byron.
We saw all the cars on pit road and drivers. We've talked about how challenging this pit road can be. We'll look right here how tight it gets on exit. These crew members on the right-hand side.
Yeah, they saw what I saw. There was like a near collision there.
Nice job just getting out of the gas, keeping his right front fender on. Here's a look on board from Jimmy Johnson.
And Joe Logano pulls out just a little bit sooner. That becomes a whole lot worse as they before wide. Lost contact. It's tight. It's tough. Pit road congested. Even the stall.
Jimmy Johnson's 7th right now.
Work done.
It's one of the most difficult pit roads for a driver. It's really tight, the entire length down pit road.
Jeff, you and I had this conversation. Just, man, William Byron lost a lot of spots on pit road, but actually he had lost quite a few before coming to pit road. Pitted from the 21st position, came off of pit road in 26th. Checking out major adjustments, turning ground wrenches on both sides, a rubber in the right rear.
Hamlin outside, Truex outside. Boyer will line up on the front row on the inside. Austin Dillon, second row inside. Logano outside. Johnson inside. And as of now, Jimmy Johnson is 1 point ahead of William Byron for the playoff spot. As of now. That can obviously change. And I'm sure it will.
Taking the outside line, basically lining up in 4th behind his teammate because he feels like that.
Now it's saying Johnson and Byron are tied.
The inside line had a lot of trouble getting going. Interesting to see those guys make those choices for that choose rule.
I was just mentioning, look at this right here. That's a lot of turns. Rubber already in the right rear.
They were making some big adjustments on William Byron's car from the look of it.
Checking out. We're going to crank on this wrench. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to quick count. Come on. Hey, listen, we talk about the length. This guy knows. We talk about Jimmy's 11 wins. Checking out has 11 here. He knows this track is a monster. But you have to attack it with adjustments. You can't just leave the driver out there fighting an ill-handling
Going green.
Junior, I swear, I made those type of adjustments for you too. They didn't always work.
Field approaching the Geico restart zone. Back
Truex or anybody have anything for Hamlin? I, for some reason, doubt it. I feel like Elliott does, but he's too far back to make a difference now.
Denny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr. working the high line, and look at this.
Hey, Truex.
Goes
wide, though. Hamlin clears him down the back.
Hey, Junior, you're calling where that 19 lined up. Looks like the top worked.
Yeah, I'm thinking the inside line most often has trouble spinning the tires down there, and it bottles up everybody down there. Great choice from that 19 team, but not work every time.
Have to let you know the 42 speeding on entrance to pit road. We're in the 13th position, but obviously speeding penalty drops him to the back.
Johnson passes Joey Logano for 6th. Nice, Jimmy. Kyle Busch loose in the corner. Kyle must have gained a lot of spots on pit road like he always does.
Yeah, we saw the 18 shoot up the racetrack, and now the 10 of Eric Almirola trying to take advantage of it.
Stenhouse's having a good day.
Settle in. I think this is going to be a long run.
Go back and look at that now as they're still going at it. Kyle got up the racetrack. There, kind of drove it underneath him and took the air off Kyle's quarter panel. They're still battling.
Almirola and Kyle Busch racing hard for 9th.
Kyle's not going to let him have it. That's something you just don't see with the package they ran here last year. You can hardly
Say it again, Jeff Burton. We didn't see this here last year for some reason. Now, why is that?
Team's going to get the fence there, pushing hard, using every inch of this racetrack to try to hold that position, and he does.
Kyle Busch now holding on to the 9th spot. Almirola running 10th.
There he goes.
There you go.
Keep packing air on him. That means keep getting up to that back bumper and disturbing that car, just like this right here.
You think Kyle Busch is in the mood to be raced this hard after the year he's had?
As soon as the team gets that back bumper, takes any air that's on the spoiler of that 18 car off of it. 18 can't get the gas down. You're watching Kyle Busch. He's not won a race in a long time. That's the winningest driver the last decade right there. He's not won. You know how bad he wants it.
His last win was for the championship. He won last year at Homestead. That's his last win. He has been winless in 2020.
But he's won a couple of truck races and the Xfinity race in Charlotte. I thought that was just as good, guys. Elliott, they spent a lot of time on pit road fixing the left front of Elliott's car. But I feel like his day's fucked now.
How the guys stay motivated despite all this bad luck they've had recently. And Addington made the point, listen, I'm not a rah-rah guy. I don't need to really get these guys pumped up. They stay pumped up. They just need a chance. We just need to be in a position one of these weeks to capitalize and do what we know we can do to find ourselves in victory lane. So despite all
Hey, Ricky Stenhouse running 11th.
this year, the confidence is still high in his 18 camp.
Get some of that.
Find a way to get up front and stay up front here over the course of one of these races.
Concern I have, Rick, is we just saw the graphic, right? The latest he's ever won in the season goes all the way back to 2005, race 25.
Yeah.
So if he races here at Dover, he set a new personal record that he doesn't want to set. And we saw the playoff points as well with only one. So even if they completely
77 is slow on the apron again.
They just are such a deficit heading into the playoffs. I tell you, NASCAR has this point system right. The regular season, there is no
Shut up, Steve.
So what do you do by racing well in the regular season? You fill that bucket. It helps you.
Oh, there they go. They're talking about the bucket. It's his favorite word. Rick Allen has implications and problems. Steve Letarte has the bucket.
But there was some discussion about the tires.
Every fucking year with the bucket.
You hear the chuckle from him. Teams are
Jimmy Johnson about to break into the top 5. He's closing in on Austin Dillon for 5th.
So they're working through it, gathering all the data they can, and they get to apply it again tomorrow, guys.
Boy, missing that race at Indianapolis really just killed Jimmy Johnson's season. And he's just trying to save it.
His first race, 311.
Doing everything he can. Doing a good job so far today. I'd be fine with a nice long green run here. It would really benefit Jimmy. William Byron's 23rd. He's nowhere close to getting stage points.
This feeling when he goes to the throttle. How he goes to the throttle in the middle of the corner. He can't any corner speed. Then he actually comes back off the throttle.
Interesting. Hamlin only has about a half a second on Truex. It's been that way for this entire run. Goes 5/10, 6/10, and so on.
A lot of drivers over the years would love to have this ride.
So Hamlin hasn't really driven away.
Here, I think this is what makes him so good here is his ability to run hard throttle. He loves for the throttle to turn the race car.
Right in front of him, Austin Dillon doing a great job in 5th place. Strategy call to stay out in the first segment, giving him all that track position. It's paying off right now. Parker.
Now, Steve was talking about Jimmy using park throttles to defend the corners here, and it's one of the things that's made him so good over the years here is he talks about his dirt park drop down and running those off-road stadium trucks. He had to use the pedals to turn the truck and to manipulate the car, and that's what he does here so well. He uses the brake, the throttle, in unorthodox ways to get that car to do what he wants. And so when they went to give him the slower downforce back this year, Chris Daniels told me he was very excited thinking about being able to use those pedals like he has to use that.
Oh, Jimmy had a moment there.
That's what this track provides, especially.
Hope Logano didn't get under him.
With the low downforce.
He might have.
Horsepower, it really opens up the racetrack. You can go way up the track. That guy on the bottom can't get the gas and wrap the bottom.
God, I thought Jimmy just got loose and that Logano was going to get under him. I guess Jimmy was choosing to run that high. He's looking for a way around Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon's glued to the inside.
Down the straightaway. Right here. Look at the game. He's going to run right up to the back of the street car down the straightaway.
How come these cars can't draft up on each other?
Get on his right rear quarter panel out here.
These are the dumbest race cars ever.
On corner exit. Look at this. Look at the run you get. Man, I love that.
Now he's to the inside of Austin Dillon for
Make
5th.
the bottom work, though. He's been running the top. That got him in this position. Now he has to quickly adjust his driving
He's
style.
got it. Jimmy Johnson in the top 5.
Gains a spot, and that
Hamlin, Truex, Boyer, Keselowski, and Johnson.
Denny Hamlin, though, leader here at Dover.
This summer, we've all
Yeah, I'd have to give up the bet on Chase at this point, too. It's not going well. Thanks a lot, Boyer. Can't wait to hear Brett Griffin shit-talk Elliott on Door Bumper Clear this week for something that was his fault. That's what's good about Door Bumper Clear. You get to hear a couple of asswap spotters blame everybody else for their fuck-ups and their drivers being fuck-ups. But they literally blame everybody but themselves. So if you want to hear a show where nobody takes responsibility for anything that they do, Door Bumper Clear is the show for you on Dirty Mo Media. I can't listen to that fucking shit half the time. When I saw that clip yesterday of TJ bitching about the 88 last week, I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck you. Radar is promising. Doesn't appear to be any issues as far as weather in Dover today. I don't know about tomorrow, though. And with that juicy 4 o'clock start time, oh, buddy. Daytona next Saturday. Get hopped. I'm sure Ryan Newman won't be anxious at all.
Second stage.
Jimmy Johnson's closing in on Brett Keselowski for 4th. They just drove by on the screen.
Denny Hamlin. Well, tonight, second round of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs are going to begin on NBC. Dallas versus Colorado. Game 1. Their best of 7 series coverage starts 8 p.m. Eastern on NBC. And let's go through the field, brought to you by KFC. We'll start with Dave.
Brought to you by KFC. Georgia Gold. Old Dennis has a second lead on Truex now. It's been a slow build. He's not driven away, but he's getting there now.
Just a little bit better than he is. Parker, well, Dave right behind him, his teammate Martin Truex Jr. running second, which is better in third, where he's finished the last 5 races.
I'm sure that would make Martin feel better. Kevin Harvick's 8th. He's in the top 10.
We want to win that first one because we don't feel like you can put the best product possible in that second race, knowing how much you have to tweak these bodies after they run 311 laps at Dover, Dave.
Clint Boyer is headed to the playoffs 4 now, 14th out of 16. That's kind of the danger zone. So I asked his crew chief, Johnny Klausmeyer.
Right now, Jimmy Johnson's 3 points ahead of William Byron for the last playoff spot.
Right now, they're plus 77.
For now.
Today's a long day, and there's one more tomorrow, Dylan.
Brad Keselowski runs in the 4th spot day. This is pretty consistent with where they felt like they would run. This year feel like they've been really solid. They have multiple wins, but not the number of wins that they want. They're always hungry, looking for more. 2 straight finishes of 13th or worse coming into this weekend. Looking so far so good for BK.
Brad loose.
Also looking good for Jimmy Johnson. Mr. 7-time and 11-time winner at Dover. Very happy at race car. If you look at those points, he's in the playoffs right now. 3 over his teammate. I asked Chris Daniels about racing against their teammate, and he said, you know, it's odd because I worked with Chad, I worked with Jimmy so often. I want all of us to make the playoffs. We'll see if that's possible.
Well, both of you got to win now. Or hope something happens to poor DiBenedetto, which I don't want that. I like DiBenedetto better than Byron, even though I'm a Hendrick guy. Harvick's 7th now. Austin Dillon finally starting to fade. Good riddance. Yeah, Harvick was so bad last week. Harvick looked like he was like half a second slower than the field a lot of times last week. Austin Dillon falling into the clutches of Kyle Busch. That's for 8th place.
Just trying to maintain right now as he runs in the 8th spot. Right behind him, right below him there in that green car, the 18.
Busch and Almirola have traded 9th and 10th back and forth.
His race car bouncing a free landing tight off condition. They've taken a couple big swings at it down pit road. Seems to be a little bit better. Kyle's been a little quieter on the radio here during this green flag run, but never perfect. Always trying to improve the 18 partner.
Another solid run for Eric Almirola inside the top 10. Coming in here, he was very excited. If you remember the fall race 2018 when they last ran this package, he led 64 laps, came very close to winning that race, and he thought ever since then he could win here, Dylan.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. runs in the 11th spot, putting together a nice afternoon here at Dover. He likes this place a lot, kind of takes him back to his dirt track roots where you can manipulate the car based on your handling. You can move around, run high, low. You can see him running up there against near the outside wall. He likes that. He likes being able to kind of self-medicate his race.
Almirola with a pretty vicious block on Stenhouse there. Oh, we got a smoker there to pit road. What is that?
right, guys?
The Skull Bandit. I mean, Quinn Hal from the 00. It looks like the fucking Skull Bandit.
Doesn't bring the caution out.
Made it to pit road. That gave everybody a mini heart attack when we saw that smoke there.
And we'll let you pick it back up, Dave.
Got a little excited there, saw a little smoke spinning cars at Dover. So Blaney, remember why he started 20th? That new lineup metric they use relies heavily on last week's finish, and he was 31st at the Daytona Road Course. So trying to make a long day better for the 12. Parker.
Tyler Reddick coming in 13th and had an incredible rookie campaign. The only thing missing is a win and finding themselves in the playoffs. Randall Fernandez, crew chief, told me we expected to make the playoffs, and then we've had a bad couple weeks. He said the biggest problem, we have not been able to score stage points. Right now, he's 3 positions from doing that in stage 2, Dylan.
Parker right behind him.
This is a long stage. Here's a 00 Buckshot Jones. Based on how it drives every week, that's a pretty fucking good guess. Another good guess would have been like Steve Grissom or something. Grissom and Buckshot, they were fucking weapons back in the day. Quinn Halp is pretty much on their level.
Recovery day right now for Eric Jones. Remember, involved in early contact with that 20 car. They've repaired it. They made their way back.
It's definitely not Harry Gant in that green car.
It's definitely for Eric Jones. Bad news. You make the best of it. And sometimes you can find yourself in a much better position, Rick.
Great work, you guys. That was awesome information. Top 15 there running and where they're running.
Show William Byron right here. Still back in the 24th position, guys, right now. 3 points out of the playoffs. -3. He came in here pretty comfortable. Let's see what those guys are talking about.
I'm trying. I don't know what to do.
Oh, William Byron's having a terrible day. Oh, there's that Chad Canal sassiness. He just threw it right back at William Byron on the radio. Woo, the intensity.
The frustrations are playing out on the radio with that 24 bunch. It is definitely playoff time. That is exactly that. I'm sure that's not the only radio that sounds like that, Steve. As the pressure's starting to build as we close in on the final few races of the season.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to build and the laps starting to tick away, right? 115 complete, 196 laps to go. You're concerned because the leaders are coming. You got to lose a lap.
40 laps from halfway.
Look at this right here, that 00 we thought might have spun out. I actually think, Rick, it just showed how tough it is to get to pit road.
Quinn Half makes everything look tough, Steve. That's not a good measure of how hard it is to get to pit road. He struggles with everything. Elliott's starting to bounce back. He's picked up a few spots. 69 to go in stage 2.
Which will add a required pit stop for fuel.
Video transmission between Chad Canal, the crew chief, and the driver.
That sounded like Jimmy and Chad.
When Chad is looking at his data, saying, look, I'm looking at the data. This is where you're getting beaten. And what William is saying, well, yeah, that's because the car won't let me do what I want to do. I know that's where I'm getting beaten. You got to fix the car so I can do what you're asking me to do. Until you fix it, I can't. And that is a typical confrontation that driver and crew chief have and have had since the beginning of racing. Right? I need you to do this. And the driver's like, well, make the car do it's not good. And that just is what happens in motorsports.
Well, the other thing I think worth pointing out is I struggle to make out some of the words in that radio. They aren't sitting next to each other having a calm conversation. There are noise in the background. Dover's one of the louder racetracks, the bowl shape with the stands the way they are.
I hope Chad and Byron stay together
agitates the situation as well.
for a few more years.
You start to talk louder, Rick.
I'd like to see where this pairing could go.
Guys, let's don't forget about Chase Elliott. We saw him running really well earlier. Got some damage on the left front. Fell back. They took some time to fix it.
And the dickhead that put him in the back is running third right now. That's great.
Quite frequently, the fastest car on the racetrack is at 9 to Chase Elliott.
And they're saying Elliott's the fastest car on the track still. So if he gets to Hamlin, Hamlin may be in trouble. They went side by side, and I walked to the kitchen just to stretch my legs. Come back in the races on. Whoops. Thought they were going to full screen commercial. What was that? Oh, never mind. It's in the commercial they're showing. They said, what the fuck is that family eating? That was like a whole ass fish in the oven. Was that Branzino or whatever the fuck it's called? I only know that from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Or no, it was in the first. No, it was Amazing Spider-Man. That's the first one. Who cares? Both those movies suck. Well, the bad news is I don't think Johnson's going to finish top 5 in the stage because Harvick is 6th, and I know he's faster than Jimmy, and Jimmy's in 5th. So, oh well, just get points. Hopefully this will stay green. Everybody's got to pit one time, I'm pretty sure. And, yeah, everybody's got to pit one time in the stage, so just stay green just for the sake of Jimmy getting stage points. Yeah. I forgot that Allgaier won earlier today. I was in a hurry to get off the stream and go watch that Gotham Knights trailer and play my game that came in the mail. But yeah, Allgaier, and I picked him. I broke the jinx. He's no longer cursed because I picked him to win and he won. That makes it official.
NASCAR's official app with race coverage and live in-car cameras. Right at your fingertips, you can unlock premium content today with a free trial.
William Byron just got lapped by Denny Hamlin.
NASCAR.com/mobile.
Looks like Christopher Bell's last car on the lead lap now.
Hamlin in the 11 just goes by the 24 of William Byron, putting him a lap down. So the radio communication we heard earlier probably isn't going to get a whole lot better.
The longer this goes green, the more it benefits the 48.
The 24 William Byron trying to stay in front of the 11 had a huge moment off turn 4. Ultimately had to give up the spot, and now the 95 was not going to be much of a battle for Denny as well. Let's take a look at that. So right here, the 24 is trying to throttle up, but look at this. That is a big slide in a racetrack. So we listened into the 24, and we heard the excitement of trying to improve their car from the back, and the agitation in both their voices. Well, the difference is clear when you listen to the 48 currently run the 5th.
Do I think Chase can come back and win? Now I do. He's still the fastest car on the track. Still plenty of time. We're not halfway through the race yet. I still think Chase has a shot at this. So I was very pessimistic a little while ago, but now I'm pretty optimistic. That damage hasn't really slowed them down. They just don't have the track position, and they're in traffic, so we'll see. But I'm confident in the guy. Chase Elliott can do anything he puts his mind to. How about Boyer running 3rd, even though I'm mad at him? Good for him. I'm very upset with him, but I'm starting to lighten up because I still think Chase has a chance. Ricky Stenhouse in 9th. Stenhouse just getting warmed up for next week. Elliott just passed Eric Jones for 15th.
Worst at that part of the racetrack. Help me there. And he also made the comment, how are you on corner entry? He said lots of margin there, meaning you do not have to worry about me being too loose in the corner entry. Fix the exit. Fix that turn for that second apex. Ignore the entry. I got enough room on corner entry. That's a big advantage, right, Steve? Because now you can get aggressive. Now you can go make something happen.
Yeah, that one would have got undermined with the notebook a couple times.
Mark.
Well, guys, after he had that pit stop issue earlier in the race, Tim Harvick flew to the field, but his progress has been a little slower in this stage. Take a listen to the inside radio.
Harvick says his car feels like a dump truck. That's the fastest dump truck I've ever seen. It's not a great car, but my God, it's fast because it's his.
So, Steve,
and he's driving it.
And I don't know why, because I have absolutely no idea why a car would push or how a dump truck pushes. But obviously that turn just never go away. Very tight car to come over.
dump truck. They always like to, see, caught my attention right there.
Harvick's pitting.
Reaches over and downshifts, coming to pit road with 52 laps to go.
First car to pit road here.
On board, only 57 complete. I don't know if he felt something or if this is a strategy call.
Look at the sun on his on the dash. He's holding his hand up so that the sun, he can still see his dash.
You know, we talked about pushing like a dump truck. You have to wonder if he felt something with the right front or if Rodney Childers just says, hey, let's gamble. Let's put some tires on early. Everybody has to pit in this stage here at Dover. It looks like a pretty pit stop on the right, maybe a little bit slow.
Yeah, I don't know why they're worried. Everybody's got to pit. He's just pitting early because he wasn't happy with his car.
And then we'll look at Kevin again, see if he puts his hand out to block the sun. Must only be in there in turn 4 because you can see his dash pretty good here.
Hey, Steve, you can split the rest of the race now, right? Just pit one more time?
Well, you're going to pit at the end of the stage regardless. You're not going to be able to stay out with 51 laps, but you can definitely make it to the end.
The longer these guys run out here makes me think they might stay out at the end of the stage if they want to run out a little longer. Well, Truex is coming to pit road, so I'm just thinking outside the box, trying to think of something.
There's been a fall off here, so it's been a short pitting. Martin Truex has continued to be loose. You saw that adjustment in the right rear. 4 figure tires to go for him as they try to join Kevin Harvick in the short pit game.
Derek Jones has been complaining that the 20 car is, quote, on top of the racetrack. That's a condition you don't want. And so he'll get 4 fresh figures and a Phillips Sunoco fuel as he brings his Toyota to pit road. The 14 of Clint Boyer, that car's been pretty good, but the front was a little bit lazy for Boyer. And so Boyer will get
Boyer to pit road
to take it through. The 22 of Joey Logano, well, it's not turning like it was. You want the perfect feeling in your car at some point during the race. He doesn't have it now. He felt like the front tires were giving up. His team will give him 4 more and send him back out.
A lot of green flag pit stops taking place now. We see the left side of your screen, Denny Hamlin, race leader, has come to pit road.
Jimmy Johnson on pit road. Hamlin, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney.
Dave, what do you have on Denny?
Down there, the 11 car finally brings him to pit road. He'll take 4 tires as well. The car's been operating pretty well. I don't think he's going to get any changes, certainly no chassis changes right now on the 11.
Austin Dillon in at the top of your screen. He's been building tight the last couple runs. They're going to make a track car adjustment, raise that to free him up. 4 tires and fuel, and he's down the way.
Keselowski's still on track. Kyle Busch, Stenhouse, Tyler Reddick, Custer, Elliott. A lot of cars still ain't pitted. Keselowski to pit road now.
That's good to see for him. Over-rotating the center. That's what his complaint was. They'll make a change for that, Dylan.
Brad Keselowski headed down pit road as well. Fairly happy with his race car, so I don't think I'd change anything major, but they are going to make a little bit of an air pressure adjustment on the right side tires just to keep Brad happy over the course of a long run. Cole Custer in as well as he works down pit road.
Cold custard.
He's still battling a tight center off condition. Going to try and get that freed up for him over the course of a long run as well.
One of those racetracks where I get really nervous during green flag pit stops because that pit road is so hard to get on. We have seen
Chase Elliott to pit road now.
Hit the barrels, creates a caution to really split the entire field up.
45 to go in stage 2. Kyle Busch is the leader. He's not pitted yet.
Speaking of seeing, Steve, you can't miss that car this weekend. The green number 9 for Chase Elliott.
Yeah, you can. You might confuse it with Kyle Busch's car from a distance.
They fixed the damage that they had gotten from contact with the 14. They did a wedge adjustment, track bar adjustment, and put some packer in it as well.
I do like those Mountain Dew schemes.
Keselowski has come to pit road as well. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is now up front. Kyle Busch running second. And Kyle Busch is now on pit road.
Kyle Busch on pit road. Stenhouse to the lead. He's not pitted yet.
Adjustment for now. Good tires, no good fuel for Kyle Busch. Trying to claw their way back here after getting mired back in the pack a little bit earlier.
How long can they stay out, Steve? And will somebody try to go the length as far as the fuel run?
Well, I think Willie Byron's kind of pushed into that corner. We documented how he was lapped on the racetrack. So, you know, if you pit with the leaders, you're going to probably stay at least 1 lap down.
I would expect William Byron to stretch this. They got to do something.
You might end up 2 laps down, but at some point, when you don't have the car, you got to take the gamble.
This is worth the gamble for them, no doubt. They were dog shit. Still are. All day. We're approaching the halfway mark. We're about 11 laps from saying we're halfway. I'll be right back. Randomly started pouring rain. If Hamill sweeps the stages and loses, you're going to be done. I mean, guys don't win both stages and win the race that often. You would think it would happen more often, but not that often, because a lot of guys play fucked up strategy to steal a stage, and the guy with the best car wins stage one and then worries about positioning himself to win the race. I think that's a big reason why that doesn't happen too frequently. Well, anyway, it just started pouring rain about 30 minutes ago. Now it's like bright and sunny outside again. We just had the most random heavy rain shower here a little while ago. And now the sun's out, so I bet it just feels fucking awesome outside. Not. Probably humid as shit, but I don't know because I don't go outside. Unless I'm working, I stay inside. And I've been off work for over a fucking month now, and it's getting old. But at least by the time I get back to work, it should be cool outside. So, looking forward to that. Trying to pinpoint who's going to be running where. It's going to be Hamlin, Truex, Boyer, Keselowski, Harvick. God, Johnson lost some ground on pit road. A little bit. From the looks of it, how it's going to shake out here. Hey, Mr. Ozzy. What are you doing? Get out from in front of the television. Get out from in front of the Get out. I'm trying to be nice. Get out from in front of the TV. I don't want to, go, get out of there. Scare the shit out of the poor little cat. Yeah, see you at the end of stage 2. 35 more laps.
35 laps to go.
Thank you, Rick. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Speedway. And out front, it is Matt Benedetto driving for Wood Brothers, and they are sitting on 99 career wins. Looking for that magic 100.
I always wish Blaney could have got that 21 car, the 100th win.
Give that to Wood Brothers. Right now, he's on a little bit of a different schedule. He stayed out. There are only
warms my heart whenever the 21 wins or does well.
And that will still have to come to pit road. It's DeBenedetto, Byron, McDowell, and Alex Bowman.
Let's go back and ride along with Jimmy Johnson. Watch this action.
Woohoo! Oh my God! Jimmy Johnson almost got junked.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody was stopping to go to pit road, and Jimmy Johnson, no wonder he lost ground. Holy shit. Dude, he damn near got decapitated. He was just riding along, and the car stopped in the middle of the track, and Johnson barely missed. That could have been horrible. Holy shit. That was like NASCAR of the Game 2011 AI getting to pit road there. Whoever that was the 51. They don't even know who that was.
Don't give him, even if you know, don't tell him. I expected nothing less.
Jesus Christ, that scared me. I didn't see that. They didn't see it either when it happened. They had to show a replay. But Jesus Christ, that's why Jimmy lost a few spots. He lifted way off the gas to avoid killing himself. Jesus. Ooh, Logano versus Kyle Busch. Thank God, Jimmy's behind Kyle Busch now. Fuck. That's how much ground he lost by that dumbass car. Jesus, man.
Looks like he's got an amazing race car, but he's still getting up through there. Got a great run here to the inside of the 22. He's been high line.
Well, if that guy had been responsible for Jimmy Johnson getting knocked out of this race in the playoffs, you'd never hear the end of it. And rightfully so. I would never let it go. You know me. I hold a grudge.
stop.
Very good at holding on to things, especially in racing. We are halfway through this race now. 30 to go in stage 2. DiBenedetto and Byron have still not pitted. McDowell has not pitted. So Jimmy Johnson will be back in the top 10, but he lost a couple of spots on that, whatever that was, a few minutes ago.
Not sure if it's a slow pit stop. Go over off pit road, but he's definitely lost some spots here. Those are things in the race, Steve, that you, at the time when they happen, it hurt your feelings. You look back, you may not.
I'm encouraged that Jimmy's car is this good today. I hope they can keep it in one piece and have it back for tomorrow.
It slows the car down. It does not reset the field, right? The positions you've lost, the time you've lost, sometimes there's no chance to get it back.
Be right back.
I'm watching on the time. You're talking about giving time up and gaining time. And 19 of Truex has chewed up Denny Hamlin's lead. It's down only about 0.4 of a second from the third position. A couple cars in front of them, but both of those two have made pit stops.
Here you got Jimmy Johnson. They did indeed have a slow pit stop, 18-second pit stop.
That'll do it. That would have been a stopwatch in my day. Anything over about a 15-second, I'll throw a stopwatch. That would have definitely cost us a stopwatch. Not my finest moments.
Off the roof of the 19 car, Mark Trix Jr. Toyota Camry. There's no throttle. Can't really get to it. And he wants to go to that throttle, but he just can't get full throttle until you get up on the straightaway. There's Denny right in front of him in that bottom groove.
As the pit stop cycles through again, Benedetto and Byron are in front of Denny Hamlin and Mark Truex Jr.
It's another patience.
Benedetto
Much patience to stay out of the throttle, not overcycle that. Here comes the 21 on pit road.
Very interested to see, is it 4 tires and fuel and committing to this strategy, staying out at the end of the stage, or do they do something crazy to shorten their time on pit road? I think their best bet here, Rick, is
Ladies and
4
gentlemen, I have
tires.
acquired ice
They
cream.
get, either lucky by staying out at the end of the stage. That leaves William Byron as the lone man on pit road. Dave.
Yeah, what happens ahead of you definitely sets your strategy, and then strategy changes, and then there's another strategy. So as the race continues on the left,
24 to go in stage 2, and I have ice cream.
when we go back to work and figure out what the next strategy is.
You see the 21 lead, the 11 and the 19 now are racing with the lead, then bypass William Byron to the 24. We know Byron has to be coming pretty soon.
And now that he's no longer in the lead,
That's a lot of fucking cookie dough in this ice cream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this. Holy shit. It's a good thing, though. I love cookie dough. God, that's enough raw cookie dough to give me salmonella for the rest of my life.
I like to watch this 24 right here. Jimmy Johnson, we talked to him this week on a Zoom call, and he talked about the delta, basically the difference of grip on the banking to on the asphalt, and his opinion was the biggest of any track we go to. So when you peel off the banking, Junior and Jeff, he says that even after all these races, he still gets on that asphalt. Oh man, I'm overshot. I'm not going to make pit road. He barely makes it. Now, William Byron, the oldest tires of anyone out there, will he be able to get to pit road successfully?
You have to lift on the back straightaway, way before the corner. Because you've got to be able to get up the apron in the middle of the corner to be able to make that pit road apron. I've missed it before. A lot of drivers.
Of course, you have Junior. I'm a Junior fan. I don't forget anything. Every race he ever should have won, I remember. And right now, I'm thinking about Dover 2013 in the chase or playoffs, whatever you want to call it. 2013 Dover playoff race. Should have won that one. That's the one that really got away from us at Dover.
Trying to catch up with this one, guys. Right around catching up. I knew he was struggling with the right front a little bit, had the vibration. I'll have to check in and find out if that's tightening out.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing up here, Parker, is that the 10 finally got to a point where he just couldn't ride the vibration out, had to come to pit road. Check in maybe and see if it was a wheel or a tire, but either way, Eric Almirola hits under green.
Wow.
Windy.
Let me know if you can hear me munching on this cookie dough. Hold on. I'll set the mic down. I need a proper microphone. I'm using my fucking headset I use on my PlayStation, just plugged into my computer. I need like an actual microphone. And a mic stand or something. Almirola had a vibration, so he pitted. Must have really thought he had a tire going down. Appreciate that lap car costing Jimmy Johnson about 3 or 4 points here. God, I need to shave. This fucking mustache is getting out of control. It makes it very difficult to eat ice cream. William Byron to pit road finally.
They were. Also changed it, I think it worked because Williams said it was too edgy on corner entry. He wanted to be tightened up on entry, so they made that adjustment, an air pressure adjustment.
I bet they stay out at the end of the stage.
As you saw as well. Right for that two-tire call to work, William Byron is going to have his hands full with 13 laps to go as he enters the back straightaway. 1 lap down to the leader, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is on the
he's going to pit again.
So now, with only 2 right side tires and 13 laps to go, he has to stay only 1 lap down. There you see it, the 24 and the 11. I know it's easy to say after, but I really think it would have been better to take 4 tires and then just take the wave around.
He's fucked, but lucky for him, the 78's smoking.
Whatever he's spoken for. Take 4 tires and take the wave around and 12 more laps, Rick, I think would be a better option for the 24. But we'll have to see if this works out. Can he stay only 1 lap down with 12 laps to go?
Tire rub from the 78 of BJ McLeod.
Pace looks good, actually. That set of corners, even on 2 tires. We saw Dillon stay out on old tires drivers. It seems like these 2 right side tires are working so far.
All right, guys, we talked about hitting under green and why it's so difficult at this racetrack. So let's go right along. Mark Truex Jr. Listen when he lifts. Almost to the bridge, that crossover. This is under a normal lap. All right? Now we're going to ride along with him. This is when he lifts coming on pit road. Way before the bridge. That's something that's counterintuitive at most racetracks. You don't expect to lift sooner when you're going to slow down. You expect to drive in the corner deeper coming to a green flag stop. That's why so many people have trouble here. You have to back up that entry, really slow down. If not, you will miss.
You're 14. Well, just wait, buddy.
Great battle here with 18 car accomplish.
Hopefully your facial hair grows better than mine.
He gets the outside the 4 car of Kevin Harvick for 5th place. Right in front of him, Brad Keselowski in that 2 car is the next position.
A little bit of housekeeping as well. We saw
I can't grow a good beard, but I can grow one hell of a mustache.
Currently in the 29th position.
My beard game is weak.
16 cars, now 15 cars on the lead lap. Ryan Blaney running.
But if I could make it to where I could never grow facial hair again, I would, because I fucking hate it.
Force these guys to get their car better. Force them to make green flag pit stops. That was the idea with this longer stage, and I'm a fan of it. I think the race is a little more straightforward when you can run the first and the second stage without a pit stop.
That 18 car is fast, guys. They've made that car much better than it was earlier.
I'm not jinxing them.
Look at that
Talking
top.
about it.
Man, look how fast he rolls the center of the corner, running the top.
That's what Adam Stevens has always said. He said, we get better throughout the weekend. Well, when you don't have practice or qualifying, you can't improve until the start of the race. So they're improving in the middle of this race. I wonder how good he's going to be tomorrow in the second race of the doubleheader.
And
think, too, this has a lot to do with the package. You know, taking that rear spoiler off the car so these guys can't move around and can't run close to each other. Really suits this racetrack much better. You're using all of the racetrack in the corner.
And it's fair to say Kyle Busch is not a fan of that package either. A lot of close calls on this racetrack. Martin Truex Jr. working lap traffic. Oh! Yeah, I'm sure Martin's wondering, what in the world? There's plenty of room.
Yeah, these cars are so slick. You know, the banking on the straightaway is 9 degrees, but it feels like much more down. Guys kind of wander down the racetrack into the right front of your car sometimes.
This is what I was talking about, Rick. Here's my concern with this two-tire gamble. You do it to save a lap, but your car's not good enough to stay on the lead lap. Or, excuse me, to stay 1 lap down. 4 tires would have put the 24 in the same position. Look at the disgust on Chad Knaus, the head shaking. He knows what needs to happen.
I knew he was going to get lapped again there. They just don't have the speed. As fast as Hamlin is, although Truex is only a second and a half behind. We are 100 laps into a run almost, and Truex is only about a second behind.
Yeah, that's a problem.
For modern NASCAR, that's pretty good.
Otherwise, to your point, you could have put a 4 all filled with fuel and go ahead and take the damage then, but not pit at the stage break.
And I see Chase Elliott's back in the top 10 with a really fast car. And the first pit stall.
It did not work out.
But I'm okay with the staying out. It's the 2 tires, I think, was the missed call for the staying out.
And Steve, they know, I mean, through engineers, computers, they knew when he was going to come out in relation to Denny Hamlin. Or at least a pretty good idea. If they do a 2-tire stop, they're on pit road for this amount of time. That means they get back out on the racetrack. They'd be just in front of the 11. So that was Chad Knaus making an educated guess, and I think we can stay in front of him.
I would love to stop right now and ask Chad what the computer told him. And see if it told him the truth, or see if their program misled him.
Look at the points. Now this point battle projects out as if everybody's going to finish just like this. Keep that in mind. But remember the lead coming in here that William Byron had on Jimmy Johnson. And now if everything stays the same, that lead is erased.
Last lap of the stage, Jimmy Johnson got to lose a point to Joey Logano. Well, now he's holding him off. Fight him, Jimmy. The 43 running to the back of Joey Logano. That's awesome. Yeah, do you think Bubba looked at the data last week and saw that it was the 88's fault, or did he just run into the 22 for fun?
Joey Logano got into Bubba Wallace last week. Maybe Bubba just saying, you know what, I didn't like that last week. Give you a little shot, let you remember it.
Jimmy Johnson gets 4 stage points.
Wins stage 1.
Hamlin wins the stage, obviously. But Truex not that far off, and Elliott back in the top 10. This race is a long way from over. And I want to see if Harvick's guys can adjust on his car and get him a little better. Rick Allen jinxed Denny Hamlin, you think? Well, I hope he did for my guy's sake. I'll say it for the 35,000th time. Low downforce, high horsepower. Thank God the championship race is at Phoenix this year. hard to talk and eat ice cream at the same time.
NASCAR on NBC.
Let Rick Allen talk for me.
Applebee's crafted burgers, all just $8.99. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR, perfect for race fans. And by Dryden Performance Products, the hardest working brand in heavy-duty lubrication. Dryden.com. Steve.
Yeah, 19 of Martin Truex Jr. pitched from the second position. Says it starts really, really tight, then gets loose late in a run. He takes for half this on the front splitter. James Small makes some small adjustments right here to see if he can improve the 19 Martin.
And Harvick also struggling with the front end of his race car, saying it just doesn't do anything for him, meaning it's very tight in the corners there, Dylan.
Brad Keselowski in the center of your screen said the front end went away, making a stagger adjustment.
Well, we actually have to drive the cars this week.
On the left rears, the right front's on the left rear. They've done that for 3 different sets of tires. Front air adjustment as well for BK.
Denny Hamlin delivering stage wins today, but it looks like Martin Truex might have a little edge on him.
Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead on pit road. Hamlin second, Kyle Busch third, Boyer fourth.
Hamlin, Kyle Busch, third off the pit road.
Jimmy Johnson eighth, Chase Elliott ninth, Ricky Stenhouse 10th. But Truex is the leader. What do you want, Ozzy? Keep trying to walk around and stretch my legs. Boy, I wish we could go back to the gym. Even if the gym was open here, it wouldn't be worth the fucking risk because of who I live with and who I'm around a lot. So, kind of trapped here at home. It wouldn't be no harm this week. Maybe I should go take a walk around town. I live in a great town to go walk around in. Maybe I should do that this week. I say as I ate this fucking ice cream chock full of cookie dough.
Make sure to check out the greatest selection of t-shirts, hats, die-casts, and much more for all of your favorite drivers. Just go to NASCAR.com/shop. Right now, I want to go to the NBC Sports Charlotte studio and check in with KP and DJ. All right, guys,
Where's Brad Daugherty?
Is this what you expected this race to look like, DJ?
Yeah, I would have to say so. I said in the pre-race show that I thought Denny Hamlin was doing his best driving, his best thinking, everything this year, and he's proven that once again. But
not driving with his head up his butt, right, Kyle Petty?
With some teammates right behind him here in the last stage.
Yeah, I don't know if this is what I expected. 2 tires, 4 tires, swapping front tires for rear tires for front tires, and everything Dale Jr. said he wanted to see. Nothing but slipping and sliding all day long.
Well, we're enjoying it right along with you. Make sure to stay tuned. Those guys will be back for the NASCAR America post-race show.
IMSA's
as well
next.
As IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship from VIR is going to be later this evening.
And Rick, Kyle Petty, a coffee lover like myself, I think he's on his 3rd or 4th cup from what I just saw right there. So the post-race show could be great. I mean, made out to my own heart.
3rd or 4th cup of this stage.
Yeah, yeah. That's just a cup race. That's what he had for the Xfinity Europe.
Right.
You might want to put your seatbelts on, guys. Oh, cup 5. We got a report. Cup 5. DJ's keeping track.
The coffee maker up here it gets used so much it's about wore out. We're not even halfway through our season yet.
A choose roll happening. And
Truex and Hamlin picked the outside, Kyle Busch inside, and Boyer inside.
Chosen that inside line.
Truex out in front of Hamlin now.
Today, again, you earned points finishing in the top 10 of each stage. Denny Hamlin perfect so far, winning both stages. Jimmy Johnson has gained 7 points. Remember, coming in, he was fighting against teammate William Byron. Byron was ahead of him in the points. Those are valuable points. Again, 2 races still to go before the playoff, before the end of the regular season.
Only thing to make this day better for Jimmy is winning.
Every point counts.
All right, Rick, we talked about the 24 and the options they had to pit. Remember, he was running with Matty D about 5 seconds behind him. Matt DiBenedetto did the opposite. Put on 4 tires, fuel, got back out there, and he actually took the wave around. Therefore, Matty D back on the lead lap. That was what I was hoping the 24 would do. Now, we'll see if it pays off. It may not, but there was another option.
18 cars on the lead lap. We get ready for the restart. Aero coverage brought to you by Geico as we look down on.
Like I said, let's put the All-Star race on the horse track in the infield there.
Inside this 1 mile concrete oval. Back up through the gears they go to get underway with the final stage.
Truex not clear of Kyle Busch yet.
Kyle Busch going for the lead.
Now he's clear off of 2, but man, Kyle Busch was going for it.
He's going to have his hands full with Brad Keselowski for 3rd.
Hamlin is back to 4th.
That outside line is going to cost him a couple spots here.
I don't like seeing Elliott and Johnson side by side. Makes me nervous.
Junior out front.
And I don't know who to cheer for.
Jimmy Johnson running the high line above the 9. Chase Elliott. Those two continue to fight. They're teammates as well. I think Rick.
Chase Elliott has a really fast race car. I think he stayed out Junior. Had a really strong day.
Sure, as I talked to him earlier today, Richard Stenhouse told me, he said, we're looking for points. We're looking to have the best runs we can. He said, actually, last year I was running the top 10 when I blew the right front, and he thinks his equipment is better this year. So, not a surprise that he's running up here in the 10th spot now.
I agree with him. It just continues with now. I wasn't quite sure when he made the move over to 47 car, but he's brought some speed with him. His ability and his aggression.
Jimmy Johnson 2 points ahead of William Byron right now.
Behind him, Cole Custer, a rookie.
Can't believe Kyle Busch running 2nd. Thank his fucking pit crew, because he wouldn't be up there without him.
Got that win earlier in the year. Now sitting here running 11th spot.
William Byron just been tight with them, but again, William Byron scored 2 laps down, running in the 29th position, Steve. So is this a huge mistake for that 24 team and the choice that they made?
Well, it definitely hurt. Now they just need to run enough laps to get a yellow where most of the leaders will pit. That way they can take the wave around. So all the 24 driver can do right now is move himself up into the pack. So he has a better chance of taking the wave around. The car just in front of him, the 41 of Cole Custer. We talk about these good runs. You know, remember, guys, he's in the playoffs with a win. And Jeff, why I think that matters is not because he's going to go through 10 for a cheer. He may. But think of the knowledge he's going to gain as a rookie, right? To be able to feel what the media responsibility are. You know, what it's like to have the focus of being in the playoffs. It makes your rookie year even more valuable as you kind of move into your career.
Yeah, it certainly does, Steve. And on top of that, I just think that
Marble Man, hello, just saw your comment.
Playoffs, it feels like a lost
Yeah, you were right. Rick jinxed Denny.
And you're not in it. You feel like everybody's forgotten about it.
Truex has been solid all day,
Not even included in the races. It is a hard
so I'm not that surprised.
race team.
But I am surprised that Hamlin's dropped behind Keselowski and Kyle Busch.
Decision maker in the team, and I look at somebody's resume and he took part that young in his career. That's a
Lap
big
200.
plus. Like, hey, if we can get our cars better and get in there again, it's not his first shot in the big show. You know, because I've had all these drivers that say it wouldn't matter, the elimination wouldn't matter, and then they all say, you know, I was wrong. That pressure's real when you get to those cut races. So you'll feel that pressure.
Let's listen into Cole's radio.
Cole, one thing I want you to think about on new tires, maybe you're rusting the throttle a little bit in the middle, trying to go back too soon, and that's the risk on exit. Just wait for us to stick.
Greetings from North Carolina over here.
I like that information from Mike Shiplett. So drivers, I ask you, he must be looking at SMT data, right, of other drivers to have that.
There's a lot of fucking ice cream I have. I gotta stop getting the large cookie dough blast. I can barely finish it. Actually, I can't finish it, but I usually wind up making myself finish eating it.
Right now, hey, you need to do this. Hey, listen, I think if you tried this, right now, like, I
the way to do it. Good battle right here for third.
I think that was a compliment, but I'm not sure. I'm just not real. I'm going to take it.
It was slid in there. Yeah, it was slid in there.
I mean, the guy was a voice of experience. Drivers don't want anybody to tell them how to drive, even their old crew chiefs. But you know, it is great information, and the crew chiefs do have more data and information than they've ever had before. So, you know, it's no different, I guess, than having your spotter tell you, hey man, are they making time on the high side? Where's the leader beating me? Where is he running? Where are the front guys running? Look at that.
Whoa, Brad. Hold on to it.
Yeah, he's going to have to get up this spot right here. He was loose to the entire corner.
Denny Hamlin back up to third. Well, maybe not. Brad drove it really hard into 3 on the outside. I thought that was going to be an easy pass. As much momentum as Keselowski lost.
The two ran like one lane off the wall.
Look at this. Watch Brad
Jeez.
gets loose right here, and it just keeps on and on and on. Never quit driving that car. That's what we miss.
What was that, Junior?
Xfinity guys and the Cup guys is just dirt tracking it around this racetrack.
You hear what Junior said?
Man, how about that? Like a still going down there. Look at it.
Junior said that's what we've missed. Missed what, Junior?
That's amazing what you guys were talking about. If you listen to Coleman Presley, who's Brad Keselowski's spotter, he is so detailed about telling Brad where guys are making up time on him. As Hamlin was starting to close in on him, he was talking about where Denny was better through the center of the corner on throttle. That's something that Brad wants to hear because it helps him adjust his line. But it's really interesting to listen to those two guys, Brad and his spotter, Coleman Presley, how they go through these races because it's almost like Brad can't get enough information and he uses that to his advantage to figure out how to hold these guys off. Coleman is the son of Robert Presley. Coleman, racing in the Xfinity Series. You know, some of the better spotters, I think, are the guys who have experience on the racetrack. Look at that run Denny gets right
Huge
here.
run off the corner for Denny. He's to Brad's inside now. Brad is so loose, but he can just carry that thing into the corner so much better because of it. Wow. Never mind. And now he's loose coming off, so Hamlin takes the spot.
Wrapped around that loose race car. Mark Truex Jr., remember, he's finished third.
Truex, Kyle Busch, Hamlin, Keselowski, and Boyer. They have barely talked about Clint Boyer all day, and he's running 5th. Most of this race, he was 3rd. They ain't talked about Boyer all day, except when he nearly killed Chase Elliott. Yep, I think Clint Boyer's invisible. 100 laps to go. Chase Elliott 8th. Needs more cautions. I don't think I'll need a nap after the race, but whenever I do sleep tonight, I'm going to be out like a fucking lot. Let me take a break from the ice cream for a little bit.
Eastern.
I feel like I've had more than enough.
Dover International Speedway. And points so important. A doubleheader right here.
It's that cookie dough that kills you.
I mean, obviously, if you're a motorsports fan, what a day it's going to be. The 104th running of any Indianapolis 500. That's on NBC at 1 o'clock, as well as the second race.
These bastards at Sonic, I don't want tater tots. I want fries.
Look back and forth. Enjoy the races from here at Dover, as well as the Indianapolis 500. I'll try not to spoil it when we come on for the Cup Series Dover in the second one, as far as who wins the Indy 500. If you're recording that, I want to make sure that you're able to enjoy the entire day. It should be a lot of fun. Take a look at the Toyota driver.
I'll be channel surfing tomorrow, I guess. Unless I get that other TV in here.
Hamlin, they're all running 1, 2, 3 right now. Joe Gibbs Racing has to feel pretty good about that. Chase Elliott, we've talked about how quick that number 9 is, and already he's been able to get by the 22 of Logano, so he's up to 7th. Here comes Jimmy Johnson.
He's going to catch his lap car on place on corner exit. You see those guys in front of you drive away. You can't get into the throttle, commit to the throttle.
I don't have it set up. I'll have 2 TVs in here tomorrow. So yeah, we will be watching the Indy 500 and the Xfinity race at the same time.
You know, at a track like this, you can just see not only how much the car moves left to right, the car in front of you, but you can actually see like the content. When you get closer to that 22.
So I'm glad that worked out.
That left rear tire in the wheel well, you see it bouncing up and down over the bumps. You know, this concrete track is anything but smooth.
Chase Elliott 7th. They just passed Joey Logano.
It's one of the biggest trouble spots. Kind of go. This is the crossover bridge right here, and as you enter turn 3, big set of bumps down here.
Junior called that railroad tracks earlier when we were watching the Xfinity Series race. It was like going over railroad tracks. Here's Alex Bowman. Remember the damage to the right front? That was early on in the race as he goes by Bubba Wallace.
And last week, we talked about earlier, there was some contact in 22 cars.
Yeah, watch Joey Logano and tell me that this is Bowman's fault. Look at this. Joey was not there. DJ's like, Joey's there. He's like almost in the grass driving in from 3 car lengths back. But oh, he was there and it's the 88's fault. Fuck you.
Joey trying to make something happen, but a bit over aggressive there.
Yeah, we were talking.
Hamlin's car is really starting to come back to him. You're right about that.
I was a little bit surprised running up where I was. I wasn't expecting to be up there in the top 10 and having such a great run. And then, of course, nobody knew about it because I ended up wrecking. I got wrecked the last lap there. So it was difficult for him, but he said it even surprised him that he was running so well there.
And I heard Joey in an interview earlier this week, and he said, look, I may have got, been a little too aggressive, but I get paid to do 2 things. Number 1, pass cars.
Shocker, Joey Logano didn't apologize. What a fucking surprise.
And sometimes I get a little too aggressive. And that's what he thought he did.
Hey, maybe I'm not that aggressive. Notice there was no apology in there from that dipshit.
That doesn't sound like an apology.
No.
Yeah, that's what I just said. You hear what Steve said? That don't sound like an apology. Yeah, you're fucking right it doesn't. Fuck him.
2 different things.
It's one of those driver's apologies, I hate that happened. Right?
I hate that happened. Because we're looking at Bubba Wallace. He's brought a couple different sponsors, DoorDash, Columbia, that have come in to the sport.
Yep, Denny's starting the game. He'll definitely get Kyle. He's better than Kyle today.
One holds for Bubba as far as where he will race. He said that every day he thinks they're making progress. And so he's excited about the situation that he's in right now, and really excited about the fact that Jerry Baxter.
Think of all the good gains the 43's been making. And then when they switch to the new car year after next, they're probably going to be fucked again.
Excited about his performance today is Clint Boyer. Currently running in 5th position. And guys, you talked about Daytona next week, a doubleheader at Dover. Who can it benefit? Clint Boyer, currently 80 points above the cut line, is doing a nice job. Right, it's not a win, and he's not guaranteed in the playoffs. What he's doing with this good run is taking the pressure of Daytona off. Remember, if he can stay above,
hey, they're finally talking about Boyer.
Enough points above, he can make it where Daytona can be a relaxing trip for Clint Boyer in the 14 car. Dave.
Steve, when I talked to Klausmeier about his driver this morning, he said one of the reasons why he runs well here is he does very well wrapping the bottom of the racetrack. He knows how to make his car good right there down that bottom line. The other thing that he does well, he knows how to set the car up to push it. You do have to drive aggressively, Parker, and you know that.
Right, Dan, you do. And one driver trying to drive aggressively right now is our leader, Martin Truex Jr., because behind him is Kyle Busch, who has been catching him the last couple laps. Reason being,
Kyle Busch catching Martin Truex because I've said it over and over. Nobody gets through lap traffic better than Kyle Busch. That is one of his biggest strengths. He navigates traffic better than anyone. And it shows.
You know, Mark Truex Jr., we joke about it as far as how many different home tracks he has. I think he would.
So a long run here could favor Kyle Busch.
So you look at his career.
Today could be the day.
Most at any track. He's finished top 2 in both races last year. Top 5 finishes, 6 of the last 7 races at this racetrack.
One thing I love about his 3 wins, Rick, 2007, 2016, 2019. Why that matters is completely different styles of cars and rules, and it's not like you just get
teams.
Yeah, it wasn't just one match setup, right? He's found a way to get around here as well in different packages. I actually spent some time with his Crew Chief Game Small on the podcast, and James is just a fascinating guy. Australian, worked on Phoenix Supercars, came over, worked at RCR. Was hired by
now Hamlin's losing ground with the leader again, just a little bit.
He has a lot of racing experience, even though this is his first gig as a Cup crew chief. He knows a lot about racing.
James Small and Martin Truex have struggled to finish off races, though.
Kyle up there in that high line trying to make it work.
Kyle Busch is making ground.
What a good day for Kyle Busch, and I know we're not accustomed to saying that with Kyle Busch running second, but they need some of this. You know, they need to be in a situation where they're running as well or better than some of their teammates. And they've done that a lot this year. So some positive momentum as we get closer.
Could be worse. Could be Eric Jones. And don't discount Eric Jones at Daytona next week.
Just throughout the course of this string of bad luck, they feel like this is the 6th or 7th race in a row where they've had the speed to do what they're doing today, which is run inside the top 5 for most of the afternoon and contend for a win here. But they do want to do just that. Even if they don't get a win before the playoffs come, they do want to just build some momentum and build some good runs in the bank so that they have that momentum and can start off on the right foot. So a ways to go still in this one, but having a day like today I think will go a long way just for the overall morale of the team as they get ready to go for the playoffs here in a couple of weeks.
Remember, he's the reigning Cup Series champion.
We're going to really enjoy Daytona being the last race of the regular season. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
One of the best too.
Anything can happen.
Green flag pit stop late in this race. One of the most aggressive drivers we know.
Yeah, I got my first dislike of the day. Yeah.
These guys are coming up on lap traffic.
Thank you. Buy cable and don't come listen to me.
Catches that lap traffic. 2 guys side by side right here. How does that affect him? He tries to get up there and get around them. That's an opportunity for the 18 to close. Now they're both going to the top of the racetrack. He's not going to be able to get into the gas here. This is going to be a chance for the 18 off the top to run down a couple more car lengths into that lead.
The gap right now, 0.6 of a second. Teammates, Martin Truex Jr. Again, the last 5 races, he has finished 3rd. Kyle Busch hasn't won
again.
2020.
Right there, the 19, hard to get off the turn 2 there. 18 car is closing in on this lead, guys.
Let's go NASCAR nonstop.
Much to Rick Allen's delight, Kyle Busch is coming. Not making huge gains, but little gains. Now they both got clean racetrack in front of them, Truex and Kyle Busch. That's the closest Kyle's been to the lead all day. Yeah, I regret to inform you that I think Kyle Busch has a pretty strong shot at winning this thing now, especially if it stays green. Because I know he's going to make monster time on pit road, no pun intended, I just realized. He's going to make a lot of time on pit road. He'll be better on entry if he does it speed than Truex. You know they'll get a good stop. And this lap traffic really favors him, like I said. So I think Kyle Busch is in a pretty good spot here. Chase Elliott's 7th, and that looks like it's where he's going to fucking run. So, hooray! Jimmy Johnson's still in the top 10. Yeah, Denny's not too far behind Kyle. Get them Toyotas out of NASCAR. They're cheating. They're 1, 2, 3. Eric Jones was 12th with a beat-up race car. Give him credit. William Byron is 27th.
Just 72 laps remaining. The NASCAR Cup Series riding 3:11 on the Monster Mile.
I would expect pit stops around 60 to go.
Trucks built to serve.
Yeah, track position is going to be so important. The 19 car won the race off pit road and has been leading this race, but you have to have a pit stop. And those guys beating off pit road, the 18-11, I think they can win this race.
Final adjustments. This racetrack changes a great deal. See how much rubber's on that racetrack. Going to have to be right with the checkered flag calls.
And I know we're talking about winning the race, but let's not forget this is a double header. And if your car has no damage, you're going to race it again tomorrow. So every car on the racetrack, if I'm the crew chief...
And oh yeah, who finishes 20th and starts on the pole tomorrow? Very important. If William Byron could just get to 20th.
Here he is trying to get around Brad Keselowski. Brad's pit really out of shape. Clint gets right up to the back. Gets him even looser. Off turn 4 to the inside. Clint, he's not going to pass up any opportunities, but the season he's had, he's going to take every chance. Be aggressive.
Now, Boyer's up into the 4th position. So it is Joe Gibbs racing 1, 2, 3. Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and then Boyer, Keselowski, Harvick all driving Fords. Chase Elliott, the highest Chevrolet right now, in 7th. Logano, 8th. Jimmy Johnson, 9th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 10th.
Big question now with 69 laps to go is when the leaders feel they'll have to pit if it does stay under green. 51 laps on the tires or green flag laps on the tires. So they're inside their fuel window. If you're going to try to split this up evenly on tires, you're going to pit about 8 more laps. But like I said earlier, I have concern with that. This is a racetrack and we've seen mechanical failures. We've seen people spin and wreck getting the pit road. So, you know, if you have a race win, I think that gamble is real. But someone like Kyle Busch, can he take that gamble? Oh, look at
Oh, Elliott putting the bumper to Harvick a little bit.
Get a yellow right here.
That left front tire Harvick's man was twitching. Trying to control that car.
I heard Harvick complain recently about how him and Elliott have raced each other.
Man, look at him moving that
Looks
left
more of the
front tire.
same there.
So much getting down.
Move, bitch. Elliott's got the Hamlin has caught Kyle Busch for second. Hamlin has passed Kyle Busch for second. Wow. And look, I thought Kyle Busch was going to catch Truex. Well, that's not happening now.
There's a reason there's grip up there.
He's lost a little pace.
Yeah, well, something's up with the 18. He needs to pit as soon as it's possible. Which is possible now. You can make it. But I'll probably wait till about 60 to go. A few more laps.
Smeared into that rough concrete surface, making it smooth and slick. Up the racetrack, there's not as much tire tracks. You go up there, there's more grip, but guess what? It's taking more rubber off your tire to do it. So therefore, wearing the tires more, heating them up more, losing grip as you run.
And he hasn't been a little up the racetrack. He's been way up there.
Blazing the path.
Yes.
Truex has a 2-second lead, though.
You cannot be the first one up there. That was the only rule.
Don't be the first one.
That's right.
Let somebody else go up there and put the rubber down.
Just for the record, as a competitor, you never followed that rule.
I did it.
I was going to say, you're up against the wall about every racetrack.
So fast.
Literally, it was a rule without a punishment.
Well, that's the right front track came apart.
That one hurt.
Self-policing.
So, Steve, you mentioned it. Now 64 laps to go. They've been running for 56 laps since the stop earlier. We know that they could go about 90 as far as fuel.
Yeah, the big thing is, you know, they're running mid 25-second laps. New tires, you run low 24-second laps. So tires are a big advantage. And that's why the chess game begins, right? Who will be first on pit road? Do you dare follow them? If you hesitate, just 4 or 5 laps. That's not very long. That's 2.5 minutes to catch. All right, let me get my wits about me. 2.5. In 2.5 minutes, you can lose 6 to 7 seconds to somebody that's already on new tires. So you have to have a plan. You have to communicate with your engineers. Remember, in COVID times, it's restricted crew members. A lot of the engineers are at home. You're communicating either over chat or over intercom. Have a plan. A lot of information coming to the crew chief. They're going to have to dissect it in a very pivotal part of the race right here.
So think about Kyle Busch. We see him falling a little bit, right? He's gotten slower. He's 3 seconds behind. Why not come on pit road early? Come on pit road. trying to get those new tires on quicker to make some of that ground up. He's in good shape in points. He's not guaranteed to be in the playoffs. He's in really good shape. Be a good opportunity for a guy like that to try to make up some ground.
Kyle seems to be complaining about how loose his car is.
Yeah, it looked pretty loose.
Right rear tire up, trying to get that car to rotate off the top. Poor car of Kevin Harvick trying to run down Brad Keselowski for 5th place.
Kevin's not been happy with his car at all today. But still, as good as this race team is, still here battling for 6th, 5th place.
He's coming to pit road. Here he lifting.
Harvick's going to be the first to pit road here.
So it sounds like Harvick's going to be the first to pit road.
Using the motor to decelerate that car.
Kyle Busch is pit ASAP. Chase Elliott on pit road.
Remember, was the first of the last round of green flag stops. Coming down with pit on Bobby Childers electing to get those tires on his.
Hamlin has cut Truex's lead in half. He was 2 seconds back. He's a second back now.
Chase Elliott started the day on the pole and led laps early, but the 9 car just hasn't been the same since a little bit of damage on track. He has asked how the car is now. He says it's okay. It's just kind of built up on both ends. 4 tires and fuel, Parker.
Jimmy Johnson trying to go around the 38 there. John Hunter Nemechek. The full offer in this box. City just to the right rear. Still fighting tight landing for Jimmy Johnson. 4 tires as well.
Joey Logano is just a little bit loose in that 22 car, but the bigger problem now is when he exits the corner, the car doesn't want to turn. They're going to try to fix that, possibly with air pressure on the 22. Clint Boyer is on pit road as well. When they asked him about the balance, he said, fine, just let it go. So it'll be 4 tires of fuel for Boyer. Dylan?
Push in as well at the top of your screen saying that the car takes off really well as the run builds. Feels like it doesn't compress on the right side. It gets loose. 4 tires and fuel.
Truex and Hamlin to pit road at the same time.
Ryan Blade, another one of those Team Penske Mustangs. His car tight on the exit. It will not turn when he wants to exit the corner, so they'll make adjustments for Blaney's car. Here comes Denny Hamlin running P2 as this cycle continues.
And Truex in together.
A lot better than the 19 in turns 1 and 2, but he's really got to work on the 3 and 4. But he's been making progress as it goes along.
They had an issue on the right rear there, a little bit slow getting the right rear off for Denny Hamlin.
Not a great stop for Denny. Truex is about 3/10 faster.
Just in front of him, the 19.
But he didn't. Wow. He's going to still be right there with Truex.
Change on pit road because Denny Hamlin.
Little quicker pit stop for Truex.
I have seen anyone get to pit road at Dover. Look at this right here. Here's the 19 of Truex trying to come off the banking. You get slowed down. Well, look at the 11 close.
Look how good Hamlin got to pit road. That's the difference right there.
He's only 1 car length behind the 19. It was 16, 20 car lengths on the racetrack. So a great job by the 11 of attacking that pit road that's so dangerous here and gaining on the 19. We'll have to just see if that time pays off as the race progresses.
Brad Keselowski scored as the race leaders. You see on the left side of your screen, Cole Custer has just come to pit road. 4 cars on the lead lap. Those 4 cars will still have to come to pit road.
So now the question is, does Brad Keselowski and Jeremy Bullins think their best bet to win this race? Remember, they have wins. Are they on the full gamble mode? Do they say, you know what? We can't beat them heads up. We're not going to chase them to pit road. What we're going to do is we're going to stay on the racetrack, and we're going to hope for a yellow. Look at the pylon on the left side.
Keselowski's doing Keselowski things.
So
Hoping to catch a caution here.
Those 4 cars get to come to pit road and race each other. Everyone will lap down. Now they'll get the waiver up, but they'll have a big advantage as that car goes junior is full of, it's a handful, isn't it, buddy?
Sideways.
Junior said, oh.
That's the plan, though. I think that's the plan what the 2's going to do. Run long, right? Just, I mean, what do they care if they run 5th or run 10th? Well, I know that sounds silly. They want to win races. They need to fill that bonus bucket.
And he's got to be aware of the cars around him that they have 4 fresh with tires, like Cole Custer in the 41 who's going by him now.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do when you're on these old tires and you know everybody behind you's got new tires is to run that higher line. You want to go around it and easily do that.
So DiBenedetto has come to pit road. Dig.
Remember they took the wave around. They had pitted on lap 160. The leaders had been on lap 188. The car was tight just mostly at about the 2/3 going to the corner. They'll now get those well-used tires off. Put 4 fresh ones on and some no fuels in the end.
So again, strategy being played. Keselowski out front. We're going to go NASCAR nonstop.
USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike, an Army family who's always at the ready. So when they got a little surprise, they didn't panic. They got a bigger car for their soon-to-be bigger family. After shopping around for insurance, they called USAA, who helped find the right coverage for them and even some much-needed savings.
That was the easy part.
USAA.
Oh, sorry, I was texting. Forgot to mute the commercial. Keselowski pitted. Well, that didn't last long. I'd like to see a late caution, if I'm being honest. We gotta spice things up around here. This race has been, it's been alright, just a little too predictable. Really needed a caution during some green flag pit stops is what we really needed. That's always fun. That's how we got that clusterfuck at Texas, where Austin fucking Dillon won a race, but But don't look now, Austin Dillon is leading as we speak. He has not pitted yet. Harvick battling Boyer for 5th. Going to be 4th after this cycle's through. Once Austin Dillon pits. He's the only one that hasn't pitted yet. Yeah, Elliott's car. Boyer's fallen off a little bit, but Harvick and Elliott have really come into their own here. It'll be weird if we do this again tomorrow. These double headers are so weird. At the end of the race, I'm like, all right, see you next. Well, see you tomorrow. Same track again. Such a weird feeling. I'm still not used to it.
45 to go. The NASCAR Cup Series driving 311 on Dover International Speedway. The big day tomorrow, of course, the 104th running of the Indy 500. That will be on NBC starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Marco Andretti going to lead the field with a green for, again, the 104th running. And how about the Andretti family? So Mario and Michael are going to be in the Honda's fastest seat in sports, which is the 2-seater.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch Indy 500 tomorrow.
Marco will be leading the field. So
along with the Xfinity race.
Family, be able to experience that. Actually, Mario.
I don't know which one I'm going to pay more attention to. Fuck. What a great problem to have, though. And I got to find somewhere to put that little TV. Well, I got a chair to set it in.
Going to be driving, so a lot of fun for those guys.
Yeah, my buddy John Andretti would have loved to see Marco on the pole, and took so much pride in being an Andretti and what that meant. Be pulling forward tomorrow.
Come on, get a caution. Let's party. Austin Dillon be up front.
Right here, Austin Dillon still hasn't come to pit road, so he's being scored as race leader. Has a 9-second lead over Mark Truex Jr., who has been on pit road. Denny Hamlin also. Kyle Busch, we have heard, might have an issue with the right front. We were listening into his radio
a
little while earlier. This is what he had to say.
So basically, the first initial statement obviously had Adam Stevens' opinion. He looked at the data from their air guns. Hey, the wheels are tight, just won't turn. The comeback is that it's that. Right? He doesn't think he has a flash tire or a tire coming apart or anything. It just doesn't drive like he wants. Junior, we've seen this before, right? The last run, it's time to go. You leave pit road, you push your car a little bit farther into the corner. Maybe the adjustment wasn't just perfect. And now it sounds like the 18 is too tight for the final run.
Yeah, this is probably the most rubber that's been on the track all day long. The track is probably tighter because of that late in the day. The track always kind of tightens up through the race.
You almost got to make a change. Whoa, Bubba Wallace real loose off the corner. You almost have to make a change just to keep up with the track. you're going to make a big enough change and track rubber.
You know, it's not saying much, but William Byron is 18th.
In a tight race car at Dover, not turning the center of the
That's as
corner.
good as he could do to salvage this shitty race.
You just cannot make lap time. You just got to wait on the throttle before the car points.
Oh, then they get to come back and do it again tomorrow.
Second. Martrex Jr., Denny Hamlin in third. Those two guys will cycle to the front when Austin does pit. Once we get a yellow. Hey. 7 laps ago, right after the pit stop, Split Boyer reported.
Yep, Harvick and Elliott are 5th and 6th. They got by Boyer.
And they haven't quite figured out what it is.
How in the hell is William Byron 9 points ahead of Jimmy Johnson now?
They report that it's mostly exit from what the spotter can see, but clearly right now it's backing up a little bit.
Let's go back and watch Split Boyer a few laps ago. Got Chase Elliott behind him, putting a lot of pressure on him. Got him really loose in the corner.
Payback.
Drives underneath him.
It's beautiful.
Hearing all these tight race cars, I know this is crazy, but I've seen it before. Dale, you mentioned all the rubber on the racetrack. That's not just affecting the tires and how they grip the racetrack, but that front splitter, super sensitive. And I've actually seen where that front splitter will run on these concrete racetracks and get gummed up with the rubber and almost grow, if you can believe it, like get a little thicker. And as it happens, you know, you hit the ground, goes up the racetrack. Right here we see the 3 of Austin Dillon, the 20 of Eric Jones. Eric unlapping himself in the 13th position. I kind of think about this as a race what could have been. Remember, he was in that first accident, damage to the left rear quarter panel. So when we talk about drivers that have a chance to make tomorrow better in this doubleheader weekend, Eric Jones is perhaps the driver I have circled the most. Dave, I assume they're going to go to a backup car with that much damage. I'm just going to have to see later. But either way, making the most out of a rough start.
That's right. Attitude, Steve. Guess what his attitude is going to be going to Daytona next week if they are in any position, points-wise.
Austin Dillon's going to get a caution. He needs to do it now.
And trying to make a good day out of what started poorly.
Minus 30, Rick, at 18. 30 sounds like a lot, but you just don't know. You just got to keep grinding, get the best you can. I mean, he is having a good day, and that damage has really cost him stage points. Has struck out in stage points. If they can do this well with this much damage, it'd be interesting to see how well he can do tomorrow with a fresh race car.
Yeah, Eric said this week, I talked to him, that he really felt like he needed to be within 10 or 15 points of that cutoff line going to Daytona. He also mentioned that, 2 drivers behind him in points have won races. Right? That's put a tremendous amount of pressure on those teams. This team in particular, that's hurt them, and it was an opportunity to make playoffs.
Yeah, Jeff, look where his teammates are running right now, too. Second, third, fourth to Austin Dillon, who's going to pit. That means they'll be running 1, 2, 3. So Joe Gibbs Racing has a pretty good setup here, a pretty good idea.
Truex has caught Austin Dillon.
This racetrack.
And he's going to take the lead right here.
This is for the lead.
How far back is Hamlin?
Truex Jr. will drive by Austin Dillon before he even comes to pit road.
As I'm looking at that last pit,
I don't even see Hamlin now.
About Eric Jones, where he is in the points. Well, all the way down at 18th, William Byron at lap 187 as well. He has the pit as well.
Oh, yeah, William Byron's got a pit. Ha-ha. I don't mean ha-ha. I mean good for Jimmy Johnson. I feel bad for William Byron, but I'm cheering for Jimmy Johnson.
Way up there to William Byron. Well, let me tell you, with 24 hits pit road, that's going to just give Eric Jones more points and make this fight back with a damaged race car more valuable.
Steve, we talked about it when we came on TV today. How important.
Next week, De Benedetto, Byron, Johnson, and Eric Jones, plus guys like Stenhouse who think they can be Superman and win next week, are going to be battling pretty hard.
Dylan.
Austin Dillon coming into the pits and is pitting from second on the racetrack. And he'll cycle out a little further down the leaderboard than that. Just reporting that he's been getting tight again over the course of the run. You saw the chassis yesterday, the wrench in the right rear window, 4 tires and fuel for Austin Dillon. All right, now that cycles Martrex Jr. to the lead.
Truex has a 1.2 second lead on Denny Hamlin.
There's the lead.
This might get interesting by the end. Kyle Busch almost 5 seconds behind, not going to be a factor without a caution.
A lot of cars on this racetrack. It's starting to get into.
Boy, I know this hasn't been the most remarkable race, but isn't it just light years better than both Dover races last year? Like, holy balls.
Closing in within a second. That is what's going to decide this race. How Truex can get through the lap traffic. Without a caution, that is Denny's only hope is to catch that 19 car in traffic, parking. And then he's just come across the radio recently complaining about some of that traffic, and the team was wheeling him on and wheeling him through that traffic, and especially his spotter to say, come on, we can get him there. So definitely pushing him through that traffic right now. It's easy to get around some of these cars, but as he gets into the faster cars, that air from those faster cars is what will slow him down. Now the 11 car is dealing with that same issue as he's trying to lap this 12 car Brian Blaney. He's got to find a way around it quickly so that he doesn't lose that advantage. And you see it, the gap growing. As Denny is struggling.
2 wide lap cars in front of Denny Hamlin.
Put himself in an uncomfortable
Blaney and Garrett Smithley. Yeah, that helped Truex. Truex gained like 3/10 there.
The flow of that lead gap goes from 1 second to 1.5 seconds, just like that. Go back in car.
I can't shake the feeling that something's going to happen here before the end.
Drives in the corner, goes to the outside, listen to the throttle. Boom, goes to the throttle quicker than he normally would to get to that right rear quarter panel of the 12 car Blaney. He would never get to the throttle that soon unless he was just trying to jump up on the outside of Blaney. He had to get back off the throttle, but he wanted Blaney to know, I'm here, I got the spot. He wanted to take the air off Blaney's spoiler, get him freed up. Those are the kind of moves that you have to make as a driver. It's not always about making lap time. Sometimes it's about just putting your car in the right situation.
Does it add insult
William
to
Byron to
injury?
pit
We see
road.
William Byron on pit road now, but does it add insult to injury when Martin Truex Jr. went by him? He was waving at him. He waved at him like, "Hey, thanks."
Well, he waved at him, yeah, as an appreciation for giving him that lane. It could have made him work a lot harder to get around him. I think that, it's the track where you get it lapped often. It's a very short track, 1 mile. Not uncommon to be lapping, 10th through 15th place.
Well, right now, there are only 12 cars on the lead lap. Eric Jones is the last car.
There's a lot of traffic right here in front of Martin. The 10 car competitive.
Jimmy Johnson is 3 points ahead of William Byron on the cut
I
line.
had a good day. He's already a lap down, back in 18th place.
Safe to say this has been a disaster for William Byron.
Just to clean up what we were talking about, you see on the left-hand side the 20 of Jones, now minus 21 with that pit stop from William Byron. So the bubble line has not gotten any clearer. One race in. Different names have moved around, but it's anything but clear.
Eric Jones at 12, the last car on the lead lap, in a really, really good position, sitting there 21 points out. I know he thinks he needs to win, but it's not out of the, not out of question for him to actually come out of this race tomorrow in great position in the playoffs.
So this 10 car, remember, he said he hadn't had a good day. Remember, he had to pit under green with a loose wheel.
What happens when they all three get wrecked at Daytona?
We've seen all year long, Eric Almirola in this 10 car is fast. So that's going to be a difficult pass for Martin Truex Jr. We'll see how hard Eric races him. He is already 1 lap down.
Martin suffered from the lack of downforce and comfort, having to run behind this 10 car.
Come on, Almirola, Eric Jones. Make this interesting. Hamlin's got it under a second now.
Eric's running the line that he wants to be running. Martin's been on the bottom, and that's where Eric's running. Martin would love to see Eric go to the top.
Here comes 18 laps to go.
Look at all these cars.
Oh my God, 3 lap cars plus Eric Jones in front of that. Hamlin's coming. He's going to get there. No way he doesn't get there through this mess.
It's going to be 4 or 5 car lengths for the 19, but he comes off there in that traffic. Look at that 11, the white car up against the fence, trying to get that momentum.
Oh, Martin couldn't get the throttle on the inside of the 13.
And Hamlin didn't gain as much as I thought he would there. Well, I lied. Good God, he shot 3/10 closer going into 3. 7/10 of a second now. Although Hamlin's corner exit was hurt there by the 0-0.
Now they're catching Eric Jones up there, also in 12th place. So these passes are going to get more and more difficult.
And Truex still has Almirola right dead in front of him. Almirola's going to have to play the role of Ryan Newman here for Hamlin to have a really good shot at this.
Change his line. See, Hamlin up there on the top. When is Martin going to have to do that? Dave.
And Chris Gabehart, Denny Hamlin's crew chief, wants those 5 bonus playoff points bad. He wants him to win this race. 5 laps ago,
You hear that? He wants him to win the race. No shit.
And right after that, he started searching the top, looking for a way to catch the 19, Parker.
And the reason he may be catching Martin Truex Jr.
came across Reddit once again and said he's too loose on the bottom. We've seen this throughout the runs today. As they get about 3 laps on the run, that backseat car shifts to the loose side, and it's up to Martin to manage it, knowing
0.7 of a second. 0.6 of a second.
We're talking to a lot of the drivers.
With 15 laps to go.
Starting our post-race show after the race here on NBCSN. Krista, Kyle, and DJ give you all that information and get you set up for tomorrow's race. Remember, this will be the middle of the doubleheader.
I'm telling you, if Mark Truex Jr. doesn't find a way to get around this 10 car, the 11's going to get there. You see it closing in. Truex running that bottom in that dirty air. Even that distance right there is hurting that 19 car. Denny hoping that he can make that top work. Look at the run off the top that he gets. Truex suffering right now, struggling on that bottom. I'm surprised as you, Jeff Burton, that he's not trying to go to the top to try to make something work.
He's complaining about being loose. Maybe he's afraid he's going to be even looser.
Half a second now. 0.4 of a second. Yeah, Hamlin's there, buddy.
Hamlin got close enough to him.
Boy, Almirola's doing a great job at slowing Truex down, and it doesn't even look like it, man. Hamlin's got this.
It might take a few laps.
Hamlin's going to get this. I'm telling you right now.
What are the inputs that he needs to use?
Truex better start moving up.
Yeah, no, right there, saw Truex kind of run the middle.
Truex ran the middle that time.
That didn't work out well for him at all.
Oh, my God. If you're a Truex fan, you're sick to your stomach right now. Hamlin's there. Oh, lap car taking Denny's line away. Lap car took Denny's line away. That's going to hurt him a little bit. Truex holds the lead for now. Hamlin still had a decent run down the back, but these lap cars are running really high.
Lap car here might hurt Truex on corner exit. He's able to open the wheel up, get off the corner, but cost him a little bit of speed.
11 laps to go.
Down the front straightaway off the top.
Truex versus Hamlin.
Truex went all the way to the bottom that lap.
This could get good. Especially if they wreck each other. That's always a possibility when you're racing hard. Whether you mean to or not. They obviously wouldn't mean to. They're teammates. But I've seen it before. Oh, Truex really loose. Here comes Hamlin. Hamlin had a run. He didn't take it to the inside, though. He stayed behind Truex. Now Hamlin's loose in the corner. Truex can't hold a steady line anywhere. Down the back, still Truex by half a car length. Truex took the bottom. Hamlin picked to the outside. He's going to get a big run here. Truex better get up there and hurry. Block. Oh, it's over. Hamlin to the inside of Truex, and that's it. Clears him. Clears him. No, he doesn't. Not yet. Not yet. Now he's clear. Boy, they almost touched him, too. Hamlin takes the lead. Coming to 8 laps to go, and Hamlin's out front. Truex is too loose. No rear grip. No rear grip. Hamlin is smooth, though. 8 to go. Now Denny's got to deal with the lap traffic for the next 8 laps. But I feel like Denny can put his car anywhere and be fast.
We'll see how that works out. I was amazed the fight the 19 could put up with as loose as that car was when you went on board.
They almost hooked together when Hamlin was trying to clear Truex.
Denny's got some great speed right here. Truex trying to put something together, trying to rebound.
He's like, come on, Almirola, block him. Truex is begging Almirola to get in front of Hamlin.
Kyle Busch is 5.7 seconds back from Denny Hamlin. And with just under about 6
Hamlin's going to blow a tire just like he did at Indy.
Martin Truex Jr., as long as his laps continue the way he is, he's going to finish 1 spot better than he has the last 5 races. It was 1,000,000 to 1 odds.
This ain't over yet. Well, Almirola gave Hamlin the lane. That's over now. I thought Almirola would be a dick and cut up in front of Hamlin there, but he gave Hamlin the spot.
He's happy about that. He's got some clean
5 laps to go.
All the way up there to his teammate.
And now that he's gone 2 laps down, Eric Almirola, he's going to get out of the way. He was fighting hard, to keep from going more than 1 lap down. But once he went that, now is nothing for him to gain. He went ahead and got out of the way for Martin Truex Jr.
Under 5 laps to go. And the gap staying about the same between Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. Maybe 1 last effort, 1 last gasp, but trying to get back up there for this win.
You see the speed that Truex could carry through the middle of the corner, but he cannot complete it.
So the line that Hamlin's running allows him to carry so much speed on corner exit, and his car's driving better. You just said, look at true exit behind him.
3 to go.
No grip at all.
That's what I said, Jeff.
3 laps to go.
Truex looks like he's driving a dirt modified. Hamlin looks like he's driving a cup car.
Denny Hamlin, guys.
2 laps to go.
An incredible year.
This time.
I mean, a track he's never won it.
Oh yeah, Hamlin's never won at Dover, for God's sakes. What the hell?
He can now win at tracks that we have yet to see him find success. There's only 9 on the list. The 8 after today, if he's able to finish his last 2 laps off. Really had to pass Mark Truex Jr. to win this race. On all the stages,
Beating Martin Truex to win at Dover, pretty impressive.
This year, 13 top 5.
And I'm still shocked Denny's never won here before. 1 to go.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. He's seen the white flag again. 5 wins already in 2020. Looks as though he's going to tie Kevin Harvick.
Dennis of Hamilton.
In 2020, Harvick has 6. Denny Hamlin looking for his
Aggressive, getting sideways back there. Well, Elliott's going to get a top 5 after all this bullshit. And Dennis of Hamilton wins. That's a big points day right there for him, championship-wise. Joe Gibbs 1, 2, 3. I'm sure that just makes your blood boil. Harvick 4th, Elliott 5th. Jimmy Johnson 7th with stage points and everything. Well, there you go. Overall, I'll take it. It was a good day. Can Hamlin get the sweep? Probably not. I'm curious to see what changes tomorrow. Because I feel like Elliott, Truex, Harvick, and Kyle Busch are not that far off. Kyle Busch just needs long run speed.
And cherish these wins just like he is.
We'll see about tomorrow. And tomorrow your pole sitter will be Matt DiBenedetto. Will start P1 tomorrow. Ryan Newman will start 2nd. Because you know they invert the top 20? Your top 10 starters: DiBenedetto, Newman, Ty Dillon, Almirola, Busher, Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, Cold Custard.
Got another one tomorrow.
And yeah, thank you, Lori. Decent race. Small blade, big motor.
They have positioned themselves as the clear
No
favorite.
burnouts.
I know Harvick and
Got to race that car tomorrow.
Ronnie Childers has something to say about that, but these guys are rolling.
Sir Dennis of Hamilton. Here was the Quaker State winning move, or whatever they're going to call it. Toyota big move of the race or something, I don't know. Big motor, small blade. Oh, I wish they would have hooked together there. That would have been incredible. But then Harvick would have fucking won.
Denny Hamlin once again wins. We'll talk to him in Victory Lane when we return.
Well, hate to cut one short because I usually hang around for the interviews, but guys, I'm tired. I'm going to go relax, and I'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon. I think at 1 o'clock is when the Xfinity race starts, and then like Indy 500 starts a little after 2 or something. I'm going to try to juggle both at the same time. This will be an experiment. Good practice for football season because I'll be doing the races while there's football on, and, well, got to get some practice. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm heading